What is good, ladies and gentlemen? We like the smoke over here. We'll figure out a better introduction. We're back at it again. Here talking sports. Live Sunday on Playback and Twitch, 8 p.m. EST every Sunday to go chop it up, have some fun talking these sports, including WWE, NBA, and NFL. You got yours truly. We got Lonnie over here as well. And when we do this, more than likely, we're also going to be live reacting to something going on right now. The Pacers and Knicks game 3 is going on, and NXT Battleground. So me and Lonnie also got that going on while we talk. So we might have some surprise reactions. We might get a little bit crazy. Who knows? But we're here to chop it up. How you feeling, Lonnie?
Good. Sol Ruka just did a backflip off out the ring.
So Ruka's an athletic demon.
She's a demon, bro. Like she just did a back hit. But it wasn't just like a backflip. It was like a off her hands backflip out the ring into. That was crazy.
Oh yeah, I feel like I've seen her do that before. I was like, what in the world, bro? How did you do that?
Her and Kaylani are both like ridiculously talented. I just wish Kalani was better at mic work or whatever. But
Yeah, yeah. Kalani's promos are not that good.
I mean,
She just doesn't sound believable yet. She needs to get more comfortable.
Sol doesn't really do promos either, though.
I mean, the when Soul does talk, she just talks like she's her. Kalani is trying to like act. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Soul's just letting it out. Kalani is just trying to act and be someone, be a type of character. And sometimes it doesn't sound too believable.
Sol doesn't really like when it comes to her, Mike. We're like yes, she's just herself, but like she doesn't necessarily make an impact with her talking either. She's just like, oh yeah, she just said stuff.
Yeah, I mean, she hasn't been in any feud yet. That's also why. Uh, her first feud will be with Zarya.
Yeah,
So we'll see how that kind of goes. Oh, pulled out a little cheeky little spear. Strong match to start off Battleground, of course. I think Lonnie, you wanted to start it out with a game.
Yeah. Aya, you can participate or just join up. Don't matter to me. But we're gonna do a keep 3, cut 5 NXT Women's Championship edition. First one up, Lyra Valkyria.
Keep 3, cut 5, NXT champion Lyra. I would cut Lyra. I do like Lyra. She had banger matches and all that stuff. She did beat Becky, so give her credit there as well to win the title. But it's nothing crazy. There's better NXT Women's Champions out there.
Okay. Next up, Io Sky.
I'm biased towards Io. I didn't see much of Io's run when she was in NXT, so it's hard for me to truly assess that. But from what I've heard, she is very, very iconic. She did win the triple threat between Rhea and Charlotte as well, which is a huge thing for Io Sky. Full bias included. Io Sky, we're keeping her. Full bias included.
We're keeping her. Okay. Next up, Tiffany Stratton.
I'll cut Tiffy.
We're gonna cut Tiffy time. That's crazy.
I'm not a Tiffy time person, man. I'm on Io time and
Okay.
Bianca time.
Next up, Becky Lynch.
Unless she might have had a run before she came back to NXT to do that short little run. If she did, then I don't know anything about it because that's the period that I wasn't watching wrestling. So I'll cut Becky.
Cut Becky. Next up, Rhea Ripley.
Well, I'm expecting a few names. So how many people I've cut so far?
You've cut 1, 2, 3.
That was obviously a disqualification. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Zari's out of here. I will keep Rhea.
You gotta keep Rhea. All right. Next up, Stephanie Valkyrie.
Stephanie, his reign is too short. I'm expecting you to say one name. I'm expecting you to say a few names, but I'm definitely expecting you to say one name. So I'm cutting Valkyrie. Her reign is.
She is a double champ. She is a double champ.
Yeah, but that was based off like circumstance. Julia, I mean, all right, I'll take that away. I won't take her accolade away.
Apparently, Julia wasn't hurt.
Then I don't know what's going on with that. But that's the double champ thing. It was good for like a few weeks. It wasn't like anything iconic by any means. And her reign is too short, so I'll cut her because I expect you to say one name in particular.
Next up, Charlotte Flair.
Oh my god! She literally
for 2 seconds. I looked away from 2 seconds.
Oh my god, Sol Ruka. I didn't even know she could do the soul snatcher like that. I thought she had to do it with her. No, she just did a reverse flip thing. Oh my god, Sol Ruka is the demon.
I need the play. I need the replay. I need the replay.
Yeah, that also really good. I'll keep Charlotte's the last one, right? Bro, I'm not gonna lie. People who wear leopard print, you know what you're doing. Should do the reverse flip.
A reverse flip. So
I don't even know what the term to call that. That was just a weird. I'm like, how did she do that? She could do that finisher anywhere, and only like I'm be honest, I don't know how many people can do her finisher like she can do it. It's one of the most replicable finishers I've seen.
Irreplicable.
Something like that. There's the prefix is somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Yeah, actually, I don't know how many people could actually do that. I'm assuming EO probably could.
To flip like that, I don't even know. I don't even know if EO could do that. Because her momentum is going this way, and she still was able to get enough space while pushing it off.
I'm saying EO could because EO's small enough where like I think it would be easier for EO because she's smaller. Like Sol Ruka's tall. That's what makes it also crazy. Like she's tall and she's doing this.
Sure, no, for sure. But the coordination that you have to do something like that too, like what she just did is maybe Ray Phoenix because he be doing some nut stuff on the ring.
Ricochet,
current Ricochet, maybe prime Ricochet, but Ricochet be doing some nut stuff too. Yeah, Sol Ruka is like that. This building up Sol Ruka, we're here. Night of Champions, June 28th. Okay. All right. All right. How much do we have left?
We have 2 left. So next up is Charlotte Flair.
You better say Roxanne. Cut. You better not cheat me, bro.
I'm not gonna cheat you. So
Roxanne better be on this ranking.
So the NXT Keep 3 Cut 5 goes. Riddell decided to cut Lyra Valkyria, cut Becky Lynch, he kept Rhea Ripley, he cut Stephanie, he cut Charlotte Flair, he kept India Hartwell, and then he cut Tiffany Stratton, and then he kept Io Sky.
Yeah, that looks sucked. I thought you were to put Roxanne, so I was waiting. I was like, "Where's Roxanne, bro?"
You think I'm just gonna put her on every list?
that list sucked. That was terrible.
I respect India Hartwell.
I do respect her. Shout out. She's in TNA. I wish her the best, but definitely she's not one. To be fair, I haven't seen a lot of the reigns that you mentioned.
I haven't either. I don't think I've seen
yeah, that's people who were watching during the tough eras of WWE. But NXT was cooking back in the day, so I ain't gonna hate. When I came back into the WWE, the women's NXT champion was Lyra. So that's legit when I came back. So shout out NXT. So Battleground first match just ended while we're doing the podcast episode. Sol Ruka versus Kalani. Very good match. Sol Ruka won. Very within expectation for sure. Oh, how did we feel about the match?
It was a great match, great way to start off. Like they had another match at the PLE, like when I think it was Kaylani's first title defense. And yeah, that was a bigger match too. I know they're like close friends, so they work out together. So I know like they can put on some great matches.
They definitely have good chemistry, for sure. Did you check out Saturday night's main event?
I watched it.
Something tells me Lonnie didn't like it.
I didn't like it at all. Girl, I didn't like it at all. Oh god. The first match was good. Shout out Bronson Reed. No, but Seth, Braun Breaker, like CM Punk, Seth, like and Sammy, they can always put on banger matches. I didn't even know that Chelsea Green and what's her name?
Zelina Vega.
Had a match at Saturday night's main event. I didn't even know that they were on the card.
Yeah, it got announced last minute on Friday Night SmackDown. A lot of speculation is that the WWE heard the criticism of not having a women's match on there, so they
Exactly.
just threw it on the card.
And that match was whatever. What was the match after that? Damian Priest versus
Nope. John Cena versus
John
R-Truth.
Cena versus that. That was funny. Especially R-Truth like wearing his gear and stuff like that, and then using all his moves. That was hilarious. I actually thought it would have been funny if like Cena lost that because like if Cody Rhodes showed up and then he lost that, but it was cool. Whatever, kicks in the nuts, yada yada yada. The Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre match that was okay. It was pretty good. The whole walkout thing was interesting.
He destroyed Drew.
They
Hey,
destroyed Drew, whatever. But apparently Drew is hurt and that he's taking like extended time off. Apparently he can't turn his neck all the way to the left.
yeah.
So yeah, they're doing stuff for that. I don't know how long he's gonna be gone, especially since this is supposed to be like Drew's year.
Oh, these are luchadors from AAA. They're at NXT right now.
Whatever.
Preparing for Worlds Collide. It was good, Sauce.
What's good, Sauce?
Oh, Mike Santana. Oh, he's gonna be at Worlds Collide as well. Mike Santana is a superstar from TNA.
Yeah, I don't watch TNA, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, he's been cooking. He had some nasty matches. There was a whole storyline about his alcohol addiction, and how Mustafa Ali was using that against him. It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. They cooked there. And was that? No, that was Jesse Jane. So hey, this Worlds Collide is gonna be pretty dope. Worlds Collide is on Saturday, and then I think there's another. There's Money in the Bank also on that weekend.
Oh, you see Pretty Deadly arguing in the background.
That is Fatal Influence.
Oh, Fatal Influence. I don't know why I said Pretty Deadly.
You're good. This should be interesting for me when it comes to Saturday night's main event. I enjoyed it. I didn't have high expectations, so that kind of allowed me to enjoy it. It's a 2-hour show filled with commercials. Not a lot of time for the matches. All of that was within expectations. So I just was like, you know what? Just make it interesting. Have important stuff happen. First match, I mean, Bronson Reed, the new member of the most dangerous faction in the WWE, and a return. Pretty fire. Next match.
He also looked like he lost some weight.
Maybe. When you're injured, I mean, when you're rehabbing, you do a lot of working out. Like you're doing a lot of conditioning.
Slimmer. Like he looks slimmer. So
Which hey, that could help. That could help. So that was pretty dope. Of course, the next match, Zelina and Chelsea, was a man match. Like we don't really got to talk much about that one. John Cena, R-Truth was dope for what they were trying to do with R-Truth, trying to bring him back, trying to show him the old version of Cena, and then Cena destroying that version of R-Truth. And then, of course, we had Damian, Drew. I agree, Damian's going to be shelved for a little bit. Drew McIntyre for sure is Drew is going to be shelved for a little bit. Damian got one up. We're going to do a best of 3, more than likely like a Hell in a Cell type match, so we'll see. And the main event, commercials kind of ruined it. It wasn't really that high on Jey Uso versus Logan Paul anyway, because Logan Paul's a part-timer. But my boy Cody returned, and that's all that matters.
You know what my biggest issue though was main event? Whoever that old guy is that they keep on bringing for main event.
Oh, you don't like Jesse Ventura?
I don't like him at all. Like, shut up. He talks too much, and I don't like anything that he says.
He's a nostalgia grab for sure.
Just get him off the mic. Get him
Um,
off the mic, please.
he got his old fans, man. All those 40, 50-year-olds that watch WCW, WWF. They like that man, boy. They like him. Overall, Saturday night's main event was solid. You said what?
You just be saying dumb shit. I don't know. Whatever.
He do be just saying random shit, not gonna lie. Solid event. I'm very curious to see what happens on this version of Raw and this version of SmackDown. And then the Money in the Bank announcement saying that Cody and Jay versus Cena and Logan Paul. And then rumors that Travis Scott might join. I don't know how I feel about all that, but we'll see. We'll see how that. I want Travis Scott away from the WWE, but for some reason, they refuse to bury him and just keep him away. It is what it is. I guess it is what it is.
He's like training or something.
I don't care. I don't want him. Next match for Battleground. This is going to be a cool match. I'm not too invested into this one, but it's going to be great in ring.
Okay, I'm going to be watching the Knicks Pacers game while this match is going.
Yeah, that's on my Xbox right here. So we got multiple screens going on at once. Now, one thing that I did want to talk about for sure is might as well get right into it because we're probably going to, as the NBA game goes on, we'll save a lot of the NBA talk for later on for the Pacers and Knicks game, as well as a bigger discussion there. But we should do what we usually do. Do what every NFL podcast does in lieu of the NFL season. Do some rankings.
Got you.
All right. We are going to rank the top 10 NFL quarterbacks in the NFL going into next year. So this is who we think is the top 10 right now. And this is who we think is going to be the top 10 when the season starts. So do you want to just... So we could snake it. I'll name the first one, you name the second one, and if we disagree, we can kind of deliberate.
Are we doing who's top 10 right now or who's going to be top 10 at the end of the season?
Top 10 right now.
Okay.
So first name, very easy. Patrick Mahomes, best quarterback in the NFL. Okay. Nothing has changed. Yes, he lost in the Super Bowl. Yes, it was nasty. He's still the best quarterback in the NFL until further notice.
I agree. No complaints.
Who do you got for number 2?
Josh Allen.
I feel so. We all know that 2, 3, and 4 are pretty much in the same tier.
Yeah.
I will say this. I get why people pick Josh Allen. I'm still sticking with Joe Burrow. I still think Joe Burrow is the second best quarterback in the NFL.
I would say Joe Burrow, but what we saw, just what Josh can also do with his legs, I'm just imagining if Josh had T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, I think he would still be able to do somewhat of what Joe does, but also that dynamic running aspect, I think just gives him like that slight edge. Joe is great in terms of escapability, but just in terms of that running and that power, I just give that slight edge to Josh.
I'm not upset about it. I will say this, though. Even though Joe had one of the worst defenses I've ever seen in my life last year.
They barely fixed it.
They're struggling bringing it back. Trey Hendrickson, they're struggling. For some reason, they struggle to pay their first-round rookie. It's kind of weird.
I paid him.
Yeah, it's kind of like, bro, the Giants just paid Abdul Carter, who got a bag, bro. I saw his money. I was like, damn.
Every sports team in every league, every year, the rookie gets paid probably a little bit more than what the rookies got paid last year. The Bengals are the only team that I've ever heard of trying to pay a rookie less than what a rookie was getting paid last year. That makes they're the only team I've ever heard this happening.
I'm with you. At this point, there needs to be serious conversations that they got to sell the team because the owner is not doing what he needs to do. He lucked into a generational quarterback. Then he lucked into the generational quarterback's favorite target. And then he was able to get T. Higgins and Trey Hendrickson. Like, you got top talent. And you can't build a roster around him? It's disgusting, bro. It's just disgusting work. They got to do better. They got to figure something out. Like you guys got some leeway when it comes to letting Jesse Bates go, letting go DJ Reader, players like that, and then you didn't replace them. Okay, you didn't pay these star talents, but you didn't replace the talent either.
Either. And with Trey Hendrickson, like apparently the latest contract offer they gave him would make him like the 8th or 9th highest paid edge rusher.
And that's just like,
and then didn't he lead the league in sacks this year, or like he was second or whatever?
yes, you led the lead in sacks for sure.
Yeah, and you want to pay him as the 8th highest in his position? Like,
it doesn't make
you don't want to pay him as like the number one because like there's Myles Garrett and there's like whoever or Micah Parsons and stuff like Micah Parsons doesn't get paid yet either. But like I get if you don't want to pay him like top 2, top 3 edge rusher money, you're not even gonna pay him top 5.
You can't expect the guy that did so much for the defense to not want his bag. He was literally everything this defense, everything for this defense. It's weird. And when I'm thinking about the Bengals, I know this is hard to say for some Bengals fans, but I've been pretty consistent with it. Y'all should not have kept T. Higgins.
Probably.
Y'all shouldn't have. Y'all should have let him go and then use that money somewhere else. Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are good enough. You don't need T. Higgins. You brought back Mike Gesicki, who's a solid tight end. You drafted 2 receivers in the last few years that are prominent on your offense, or supposed to be. Jermaine Burton has been weird, I'm gonna be honest. But you got Osivas, that super athlete. So, and then you could have replaced the talent a little bit more through free agency.
I think Burton was probably a big reason why they paid him, because like they drafted Burton like the 2nd or 3rd round, and then he had like so many character issues or whatever, where like people are going off on him, like, yo, he's acting like he's a child, and that was a problem going into the draft. That's why he fell, because if he didn't fall in the draft, if he didn't have these issues, he was supposed to be a 1st round pick.
Yeah, he has a lot of talent. Like, he is very good, but
apparently he's killing it in like the early practices and stuff like that. Apparently he's now locked in and he's now actually paying attention to the playbook and stuff like that. So we'll see. Because apparently he was in danger of getting cut. So now he's gotten his act together, whatever. But yeah, if he actually panned out in his rookie season, they probably wouldn't have kept T. Higgins. But I still say, like, I would still cut him. I would not cut T. Higgins. I would have either tried to do a sign and trade or just draft a receiver in the 2nd or 3rd round this year, because the receiver class this year was still pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty solid. Nothing crazy, but you could have found a replaceable talent. Like Jamar be obviously number 1, arguably best receiver in the league with Justin Jefferson. And then all you need to do is just round it out a bit. Osivas is solid. Jermaine Burton, if he clicks, he could be the number 2. Gesicki is a safe option. And then you draft another receiver to see if he can pan out as well. Like, you got to – I get it. Joe Burrow asked for T. Higgins to come back.
He also asked for Trey Hendrickson.
Exactly. So it's either you do what he wants or you don't do what he wants. Figure it out. It doesn't make sense.
He reiterated like a few days ago, like in another interview, he's like, we need to pay Trey. So
yeah, the Bengals are just a weird organization. But Josh Allen, number 2, I'm fine with that, to be honest, considering a lot of Josh has done with the team. I'm okay with that. Number 3, I will be going Joe Burrow. I value the playoffs a lot, and Lamar still got to prove it to me. He really just does. He has to prove it to me in the playoffs.
Fair. But no, we could put Lamar at 3.
Lamar or Burrow?
Oh, I mean at 4. Lamar could be at 4, and then Burrow can be
3.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all in the same tier, but
also Josh just won his first MVP, so just gotta give him.
Yeah, give him a little edge. I'm cool with that. So our top 4, pretty unanimous. Top 4, the order a little bit more questionable. Mahomes, Burrow, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Burrow, and Lamar Jackson. Number 5 is where everything starts to get rolling. A lot of conversations have happened after the Super Bowl, and I'm going to make it very clear. Well, actually, I think it's your turn, right? for 5. So I went first, then you, then me, then you. Oh, it's back to me. Great. Number 5 for me, it's Matthew Stafford. I'm not hearing the Jalen Hurts conversation. I'll be honest. People letting that Super Bowl cloud their judgment. No, Jalen Hurts is not top 5 quarterback. I'm not hearing.
He's top 5, but do I put Matthew Stafford there?
There's only one other name I would accept.
Who?
Jaden Daniels.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, because I got caught up last year with CJ Stroud. I got caught up, even though last year was not really all his fault, because that offensive line, they were a disaster. We all saw that offensive line and what they did.
True, but at the end of the day, they still won their division. He still beat the crap out of the Chargers, and he still had a competitive game against the Chiefs in the playoffs. So he still did his thing. He just didn't have the MVP year everybody was expecting.
How much better is Matthew Stafford than Justin Herbert?
Bro, I'm not hearing the Justin Herbert conversation.
Justin Herbert was awesome in the regular season.
You had a qualified regular season. I am done with the Herbert conversation. I stood 10 toes for years about who Justin Herbert is, and I continuously become vindicated.
I'm not a Herbert guy. But he was ridiculously efficient this season. Like, I think he broke a record for his efficiency this season. He was.
You know, Jim Harbaugh.
No one to throw it to besides Ladd in his rookie year.
Yeah, and then the playoffs happened.
Again, he only had Ladd.
Oh goodness. I'm not hearing Herbert. I'm not hearing Mr. Talent. I'm just not. I really don't want to hear Herbert in this top 5 conversation until he does something in the playoffs.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair. No, but I'm fine with Matthew Stafford. I don't know. I'm wondering if he's gonna have, because I feel like he has to fall off eventually. The arm can only stay live for so long. It's not like he's been completely healthy throughout his career either. Eventually, Father Time has to catch up with him.
Eventually, but now, yes, he lost Cooper Kupp, but now he has Tay. Puka and Tay, they about to cook. I'm here for it.
Okay, well, there's like a crash out after this match.
Yeah, the culling is destroying them. Is someone going to show up? Are they going to get some help?
But it's a 3v3.
Oh no, they're about to destroy him with some chairs.
They're telling Braun Breaker's girl to get a chair.
Oh, I didn't know they were dating. Oh, someone grabbed the chair from Oh, Inamura is back. He's back in that. I don't know where he went.
He was supposed to go back to Japan.
And he came back. So you realize, WWE's lit. We back. Hey, I respect it. Shout out NXT Battleground. They doing their thing. Ultimately, so we agree with Stafford?
Yeah, we can agree with Stafford, but next is Jaden Daniels.
I'm with you. I'm here. I feel like I personally like to wait typically, but I feel like it's still fine to assess what you've seen. And what Jaden Daniels did this year, having arguably a better regular season rookie year than CJ Stroud. To be fair, CJ did get injured, but CJ was on an MVP trajectory too in his rookie year. But then going insane in the playoffs, they could have beat the Eagles if the Commanders weren't selling crazy. You got to put respect on that boy's name.
You give Jaden Daniels a solid defense and a better offensive line, which they have done. They've improved the offensive line, and they gave him some more weapons. Debo may have a renaissance year. Yeah, they have a decent running game. Like, they can make some noise. I feel like they're the type of team that can beat any team this year just with their type of lineup. Like, they're not better than a lot of teams, but they have the personnel now to surprise and beat some of those teams.
I'm with you. What Jaden Daniels provides, like, he's very. At first, I was like, he's playing it safe, but then to see him not only control the game as he has, and we'll see how defenses adjust with Cliff Kingsbury and how he likes to play, but to also see that, yeah, he can dink and dunk, play methodical throughout really make it very difficult, especially with the combination of screen plays, hitch plays, very quick passing game, but also his deep throw accuracy, his arm, his touch is great. And of course, his elite running ability, probably already a top 3 runner in the NFL at the quarterback position. Jaden Daniels has everything he needs for sure. So yeah, I'm cool with Jaden Daniels being number 6.
But now this is where it gets nasty.
Number 7? What are we saying?
I'm saying CJ Stroud. I'm saying CJ Stroud.
And
if you say Jalen Hurts, though, I won't be mad at you. But I'm saying CJ Stroud.
I'm also saying CJ Stroud. So I'm 100% there with you. My eyes tell me that CJ Stroud is a better quarterback than Jalen Hurts. That's what my eyes tell me. And CJ Stroud, I'll let you go off. He's your guy.
No, CJ Stroud, he has all the talent. He can make all the throws. He did have some like weird inaccuracy this year that like we haven't seen throughout his career. Like there were just some random throws where it's just like, where are you going? I think like some of them were like just anticipation throws. Like they were like his timings with some of the receivers were off, and also the offensive line horrendous. I remember there was like I was like going off in one of our group chats because like throughout one drive there was like 4 to 5 offensive penalties all on the offensive line. If it wasn't the guard, it was the right tackle. Wasn't the right tackle, it was the left tackle. Was the left tackle, it was the right guard. I was just like,
Laramie Tunsil led the league in penalties.
I'm just like, and he's supposed to be one of the premier left tackles. Hopefully he cleans it up for Jaden Daniels because that's where he's at now. But yeah. Also, then Stephon Diggs got hurt. Then Tank Dell got hurt. And then
even Nico got hurt at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, Nico got hurt at the beginning of the season. There was just no continuity. There was no chemistry. But we know like when he really locks in, he can throw with anybody. And I just think that his overall skill set is probably top 5 in the league. And yeah, I think that he's gonna make a comeback this year. They retooled the offensive line. They got him some receivers to replace Diggs and Tank. Hopefully they pay
the 2 of the guys played on the same college. I think Iowa, right? Yeah. Jaden Higgins and I forgot the other guy's name.
Apparently, people are pissed because like one of them has like a fully guaranteed contract. The guy that got in the second round. So like,
Jaden, yeah, okay.
Teams are pissed about that because they're like, so do we all have to give guaranteed contracts to our second round?
I wonder why they did that. Maybe I don't know. I wonder why they did that.
Like, unless hopefully he actually like pans out and he just is nasty. But
yeah, people really like Jaden Higgins. There's a lot of people who like what he provides, and hopefully he stays healthy because you need a legit number 2 because Tank is always just never healthy ever. I'm gonna be honest. 2 years in a row, major injuries. It's crazy.
The first injury was a freak accident. Him trying to help with that run block, and then like his leg someone like landed on his leg weird, and that was a freak accident. So the first year I'm not gonna. The second year, the first year that was just him trying to run block, and then also then we saw later on George Pickens like, I don't want to be like Tank.
See, I will say this: freak accidents happen for sure, but I do think there's something to be said that it is easy. You're more prone to injury, especially severe injury, the less muscle you have.
Well, he's like 5'7".
Exactly. He's a small dude. So something like that hurting him is way more impactful because of how small he is.
That's why I got mad. I'm like, why are you trying to run block? Nigga, you like fuck.
Yeah, like you really think you're doing something right here? Like, bro, Joe Mixon probably could just run you over at the same time. Like, bro, get out of my way.
Like, you're a paperweight. Like, get out of here.
I'm with you. CJ Stroud, I have as 7 as well. I co-sign everything you said. I do think there's something to be said with like the dysfunctional offensive line, the wide receiver injuries, people coming in and people coming out, the offensive game plan being weirdly inconsistent with Bobby Slovic. Despite all that, he still won the division. To be fair, the division was dysfunctional, but he still did it. He still went to the playoffs. He still won the first game, and he had a close game to the AFC champions, the Chiefs. They went down to the wire. So regardless, yeah, he didn't have the spectacular MVP year, but I would argue that it still was a successful season, despite everything they've been through. So yeah, I'm with you, CJ. Number 8. So this is where it kind of gets tricky for me because there's one guy that my eye says you're better than this other guy, but this other guy has more success and he's done it more in important moments. So the conversation between Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts. It's a tricky
for the family. All right.
One of the best storylines in WWE right now, Tony D'Angelo and Stacks. Love what they got going on. That thing's fire. Oh, this is a straight blood feud. I'm here for that. Shout out.
I get called up to the main roster.
Oh man, I think he should. He'll immediately be entered into the mid card.
Yeah. Well, they were saying like him and Lola Vice are like in talks of being brought up.
I think you can send Lola into the she's also one of the very few the thing that Lola has going for her is that
she's a Latina.
She's a Latina. She is bad as hell. So fans are immediately gonna like her moveset and how she conducts herself when it comes to the WWE. 2, for someone who's like Spanish, she has very good English. Like she speaks very, very, very well.
Is she not from America?
I don't know, but she speaks very, very well. So with that said, she got that. And 3, she might be one of the few like women known UFC fighters that translates pretty well in the WWE. Like Sheena, apparently she had a dominant thing back in the day, but Sheena, her recent matches, I was never really bought into what she's been doing. And then, Ronda Rousey, all that weird stuff with Ronda. So Lola has a lot going for her. I think she can really work.
You bastard!
Wow, that's. I've never watched the show, but I feel like that's something that would happen on the Sons of Anarchy.
I don't even know if they have Italian people in the Sons of Anarchy. I never watched it. Thought that was like
Me neither. Heard good things though. Heard good things.
Yeah, I heard it's lit.
All right, I'm turning off this game. 7-point lead for the Pacers. I can't. I can't bear it. I can't bear it. I can't bear it. I can't. I refuse to watch.
Home.
I refuse to watch that game. I'm done.
What quarter is it?
Second, but I'm just refused.
Only up by 7.
I don't care. I refuse. The amount of just like the Grinch, my heart is already like super small right now. So I refuse.
Hey, Shea versus I really think that because the Pacers to me, I mean, we'll get into NBA talk later, but the Pacers are just like a very worse version of the Thunder. Like I literally think of like the Pacers and Thunder are in the finals, the Pacers get swept. I think they get swept, or it's like a gentleman sweep in 5.
I feel like there's a very interesting conversation regarding the current like NBA landscape, but we'll get into that a little bit later. As for Jalen Hurts and Justin Herbert, I will go Jalen Hurts. I think Justin Herbert has more traits. Of course, I think he has a better arm. I think he's more accurate. As a runner, even that is pretty marginal. You may give it to Jalen, especially with the tush push, but I mean, Jalen's definitely not as dynamic as a runner before before the recent season, like before maybe his injury with his knee, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So Justin Herbert is better when it comes to traits, but I feel like because Jalen Hurts has been in so many moments, he handles the moments better. I've seen Jalen Hurts be way more clutch, especially the year before this recent year, where they were winning all their games behind Jalen Hurts being clutch time and time again, to the point where they were like 10-0 at one point. And then when it came to the playoffs, when it mattered the most, he made play after play to put them in position. Yes, he had stacked squads and all of that, but because he is now so used to the moment, you can rely on him when the pressure is at its highest. Whereas Herbert, especially in a playoff setting, has yet to prove that. Despite the traits, despite the talent, he's yet to prove that. So I'll go just Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts is currently better than Justin Herbert.
And I'm not letting Jalen fall any farther than this. It's Jalen. The when people talk about quarterbacks, I feel like what doesn't get talked about, like, yes, everything, yes, your talent matters. Yes, your skill set matters. But at the same time, it's how do you maximize your skill set? Like we say it all the time. LaMelo Ball, for instance, is one of the most talented guards in the league. But does he maximize his skill set? No, because he can average not that he's Luca, but I'm saying he could do like a 20, he can average a 20-point triple double for like a month or something like that, like Luca does. He has the talent to do that, but he doesn't have the mindset to maximize his skill set. Jalen Hurts isn't the most talented quarterback in the league, but he can maximize the skill set that he does have, and that is his talent. So when it comes to like the clutch, especially like the clutch moments, the fourth quarter stuff, the tush push, like he maximizes his skill set to the best that he can, and it turns out to be very successful. So yeah, he's not. There's other quarterbacks are more talented. I'd say Kyler Murray's still probably more talented than him. Probably Dak Prescott. Justin Herbert's definitely more talented than him. Hey, Trevor Lawrence is more talented than him,
Mm-hmm.
but they don't utilize their talents to the best, better than Jalen Hurts does. So yeah, I'm going with Jalen.
I'm with you. So is Justin Herbert next?
I'm going Baker Mayfield.
See, I'm not doing all.
I'm going Baker Mayfield. Last 2 years he's been cooking.
You're not wrong. I still refuse. I don't mind you. I'm not putting him above Herbo. I do think it's just one of those situations where Baker Mayfield's still in a very pretty optimal situation. With the Buccaneers, they have a lot of talent all around him, and he's getting his swagger. Like, I'm not mad. I'm trying to think of all the quarterbacks that would be on number 10. Like, we got 9 or 10. We got Jordan Love still in the conversation. I still got Jordan Love over Baker, but Baker's like right there. I'm at this point. I'm cool if you say Baker over Kyler. I'm cool if you say Baker over T Law. I'm cool if you say Baker over Tua, over Dak, over Purdy. I'm cool with that. But I still won't put him above Herbo. I still won't do that. Not because when you look at the Buccaneers, well, I guess their defense is probably the thing that held them back last year. Who did they play in the playoffs again? I forget. Was it the Eagles? Or was it was it the Rams? The Rams played the Eagles. And the Eagles lucked out because of Jalen Carter.
Let's see. They lost a wild card this
To the Commanders, actually, right?
Yeah, no, they lost to the Commanders.
Okay. What was the score?
It was 23-20.
It was close. Okay. I'm not mad at Baker, but I guess my question to you, if Justin Herbert was in the same situation, would you trust Baker or Herbert more?
I mean, we've seen Herbert.
We have.
We've seen Herbert. I don't know. Baker, he has that dog in him where it's just like he really just wants to get it done. And I've seen him just like will his team to win. With all the talent Justin Herbert has, I've never seen him will his team to win.
I'm there with you. I've just seen I've seen lows for Baker that's worse than lows from Herbert.
Have you? Because
Yes.
the lowest for Herbert is an all-time historic low.
Oh yeah, no. I'm not talking about like in game. I'm just talking about how he was like so bad. Like the lowest ranked Baker Mayfield is like backup quarterback.
Okay, I get that. To be fair though, when we saw him at his lowest, he was injured, and then like he was trying to play through injury with the Browns, which he shouldn't have, and then like then they cut him for Deshaun, and he still was like recovering from that shoulder injury when he was on the Panthers.
It is a 2-season sample size, but also, I mean, their offensive weapons. Also, they have an elite offensive line under Tristan Wirfs. The recent year, Bucky Irvin was a demon. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, but even when they were out, he was cooking. You know what? I won't push too bad. This guy is the former number 1 overall pick. It's kind of the same philosophy as people trying to put Jared Goff in certain conversations. So, Baker number 9. I feel like Herbert has to be still top 10. He's still like
Herbert would be next.
Okay. So our top 10 NFL quarterbacks. Number 1 is Patrick Mahomes. Number 2 is Josh Allen. Number 3 is Joe Burrow. Number 4 is Lamar Jackson. Number 5 is Matthew Stafford. Number 6 is Jaden Daniels. Number 7, CJ Stroud. Number 8 is Jalen Hurts. Number 9 is a surprising one. It is Baker Mayfield. And number 10 is Justin Herbert. Herbert just sneaked in to the top 10. He still got all the talent in the world. But that boy needs to start winning. We done with traits. All right? We done with traits. But I think that was pretty solid, taking into the full context of the NFL season.
But I do have a few people that are going to crack that top 10 this year. When people are getting booted.
Who? Caleb? You better, because that team is stacked.
I don't.
God.
Matthew Stafford's up in the air for me just because I don't know how Father Time's going to be. So I'm not even going to say Matthew Stafford. He's just question mark. Like I need to see how he's throwing because he was having problems towards the end of the season and stuff like that. So I need to see like if he's fully healthy, can he stay fully healthy this year, and how has age and attrition caught up to it? Because he has all the weapons to succeed. But what I've been seeing from Michael Penix, from some of the practices and things like that, and also Caleb Williams. So I'm just saying that Baker Herbert, I don't know. I think Michael Penix has a chance to shock people because he also has all the weapons to just explode. And then Caleb, nigga, I need to see something.
Hey, Caleb, best situation for number 1 pick I've ever seen in my life.
Ever. Like, I need to see something, bro. I need to see something.
I'm not mad at it. There's definitely competition that can make things very interesting. Michael Penix, I always a fan of Michael Penix. I was one of those people that said he is, in my opinion, the second best quarterback in last year's draft. He just was drafted on a team that had Kirk Cousins, so it was very weird. But we'll see what he does. I'm not mad at it. Of course, Drake May is also an interesting one now that he has Stephon Diggs and Mike Vrabel and Travion Henderson. They're building a little something over there. And Drake May showed more flashes than Caleb did last year.
Oh, and this isn't for next year, but let's just say 2 years from now. According to reports, Jalen Milroe is destroying practices right now. And like we all know what his issues are with accuracy, right? Well, he went under that same training that Jaden Daniels was doing before his rookie year with that VR stuff. And apparently he's been super accurate in camp, and he's putting some heat on Sam Darnold. Like they're saying that like he's still going to be QB2, but like it's a lot more even. And like they expect Jalen Milroe to probably like in 2-3 years to take Sam Darnold's spot. They're saying like a lot of his accuracy issues are being fixed or are already fixed.
I mean, that sounds good. We'll see, because he is a traits guy, Milroe, for sure. Super fast, super athletic. But we've seen traits guys come in the NFL before, and we thought they fixed them. Come to find out, you only could do so much with all that stuff, right? Yeah. We got plenty of examples.
So we'll see.
We will see. I won't root for his downfall, but I'm not
I think he can beat out Sam Darnold in like 2 years, in like a year or so with his talent. Yeah.
It's possible. I mean, Sam Darnold still was a top 3 pick in the NFL draft, so
Yeah, no, Sam Darnold's cool, but all I'm saying, like, if we're talking about who has potential, like who can probably peak higher if like they pan out, it's gonna be Jalen Milrow. He has way more talent than Sam Darnold.
They got a lot of weapons over there in Seattle too. Cooper Cup, JSN. They also who they bring in? They brought in another receiver. I just don't remember his name. That team is building something nice over there. Uh, I guess the guy. All right. So if I had to throw, let's pick one guy each who we think can crack the top 10 next year. I do I want to hop back on the train? It's a conflict of interest, right? Because there's a guy on the team that's competing against one of my guys. I don't like that. And but it is, I respect the talent.
What are you talking about? Is it about Travis Hunter?
Something about Brian Thomas Jr. Trevor Lawrence can re-enter that top 10.
He can. I mean,
They have
Ryan Thomas is my guy.
crazy thing is, the thing is, when it came into the draft, I definitely similar to you, I was like, bro, this Brian Thomas Jr. guy is really, really good. But now, now Malik Neighbors is on my team. I have to make him I have to be against him because he's competing with my boy Malik Neighbors.
They're like best friends. Why do you have to be against them? We can't
because I want my guy to be the best receiver in this draft, not him.
Like they literally go to each other's games on their bye weeks. Like, what are you?
Hey man, competition's competition, man.
That's like hating on Jettas because you like Chase.
Yeah, you got to. It's competition. It's competition. You gotta want your guy to be the best. You know what I'm saying? But Brian Thomas Jr. is a dog for sure, and I am very curious to see what Travis Hunter, do with Leon Combe as well, who's a really good offensive coordinator. So I think Trevor Lawrence is the guy that I think can re-enter the top 10 and finally prove what I've been seeing, because last year he made me look like a fool for believing in him. So I'm gonna go Trevor Lawrence. Who you got?
I mean, Trevor Lawrence already let you down. So
he did. He's one of my biggest blemishes, but he can come full circle, man. He can.
I mean, he can. I believe in Travis Hunter. He was one of my guys earlier. But just to shit on Trevor Lawrence, apparently Travis has had trouble catching the ball in practice. And their new rookie running back, because Gigsby is probably going to be their number one. I don't know
yeah.
ETN, but their other running back that they had a lot of hope in, like, he fumbled all day. Something in the Jags water. I don't know. I lived in Jacksonville for a while. They got some crazy ass fans, and I feel like they do it to themselves.
But I blame Tony Khan. That's why I play. I blame Tony Khan.
Tony Khan's the father of the guy that runs AEW, right?
No, Tony Khan is the guy that runs AEW.
But his father owns the Jags, right?
Something like that. His family's rich as hell. Yeah.
His father owns the Jags.
Oh, whoa. What is he doing back? Oh, is he about to turn him? All right. NXT Battleground live reaction. It looks like the family is about to fully turn on Tony D. Did you watch the episode on what happened to him?
I think I did. Like he met up with him and then like he just went missing, right?
Yeah, we all thought that Stacks killed him.
Yeah.
But apparently they made a deal and now he turned on Tony D. Oh, the family's turning on the boy. That's tough. I will say, yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not a Travis Hunter hater, but like I've been saying it for a very long time. I'm just skeptical on how good he will be as a receiver.
I think he could be great as a receiver. My thing is, how healthy can he be? Especially if he wants to play defense too, and they're gonna let him play defense some. How healthy can he be? Because he was playing through some injuries in college.
For sure. Luckily for him, he doesn't have to be the number one. But if they make him the gadget guy, where he has to run after catch,
I don't even
that's a
think he's
lot
gonna
of
be the
injury.
gadget guy because they cut Gabe Davis. He's gonna be their number 2.
Yeah, I mean like gadget, where he does like a lot of the
Like the run after catch stuff. Yeah, but
yeah.
if he's their number 2, wait, hold on, what's about to happen?
NXT live reaction. Well, you guys get a podcast live reaction. Is he about to turn on Tony D? Oh, he pushed him back. The plot thickens.
Wait, why did he try to hug him when he just helped the other guy win?
The plot thickens, man. The plot thickens. All right. Yeah, I'm curious to see what the Jags do. It's definitely up in the air.
I'm rooting for Travis, but I don't know. I think he could be awesome, but yeah, we've never seen someone play 2 ways in the NFL like this to at least the degree that he wants to. I already have concerns because his frame is just slim. So it's like I don't know how much wear and tear he can actually. Regardless, I don't think he's gonna play more than 10 years.
Yeah. He's a good ball hog. That's why he would have been good as corner. You don't have to be super big to play corner. You just need to be good timing, athletic. Like Trent McDuffie's not that big, and he be doing his thing.
I think it's the Jags need a corner. The Jags need a corner. They don't
And
need
they want
another receiver. They need a corner.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
But I'll stick with Trevor as the guy to make. This is all. Even if Travis Hunter's mid, as long as he has Brian Thomas Jr. and Liam Combs, I'm expecting potential top 10. Who's your pick to crack top 10?
I'm gonna say Michael Penix.
Oh, you're sticking with Michael Penix?
Yeah, he has Drake London. He has Bijan. He has Mooney. I'm not gonna say the word. I'm not gonna say the name Kyle Pitts.
Oh yeah, don't.
Because every damn year, and I just saw another article the other day. Oh, the new offensive coordinator is finally gonna unlock Kyle. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No.
Actually, I'll look if he's in a contract year. I might be all in on Kyle Pitts because he probably wants to get paid.
Yeah, I gotta trick them somehow. I gotta trick them to pay me somehow.
If he's in a contract year, yeah. Put me down for a 1,000-yard Kyle Pitts year. If he's in his contract year, he's gonna go crazy.
All right, Michael Penix and Trevor Lawrence. We'll see how that kind of plays out. I guess the next thing to kind of talk about is Battleground still going. We talked about Saturday night's main event a little bit.
I was gonna ask you who are your top 3 people you think it's gonna be outside of the quarterbacks? Who are your top 3 people that are gonna rise, and who are the top 3 people you think are gonna fall off or be exposed? Either one.
Okay. So do you want to go back and forth with it?
Yeah, well, you'll say like someone you think is gonna rise. I'll say someone gonna rise, and then once we get to 3, then we'll say people that we think is gonna fall off.
Someone who I think is going to rise. That's an interesting one. I mean, other than Trevor Lawrence, because obviously I think he's going to potentially enter back into the top 10 conversations. Other than him, I'm gonna have to really think about it. You go first. You might have a name already in mind. You go first.
My first one is gonna be Marvin Harrison Jr. I think that they're probably gonna get the offensive situation situated, and I think he's probably gonna go for, I'm gonna say 1,200, 7 to 8 touchdowns, maybe double digits.
I'm not mad at Marvin Harrison. You seen the video of him though? He freaking dude looked jacked.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus. So now he got a little bit more frame. He's definitely going to be more of a big body player in the NFL. Hopefully, he cleaned up his route running and his. I guess if he gained a little bit more speed in terms of being able to make more plays after the catch, that would help him out as well. But if he's just that big body demon that has some clean routes, that is a contested catching guy, I mean, that works too. That works too. Marvin Harrison Jr. I'm not mad at that pick by any means. Um, Big time riser for me coming into this season. Oh, this is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna have to say, hmm. I'm be honest. I don't even know. I don't even know who I would pick right now.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just gonna throw out a name. I'm gonna throw out Wandale Robinson. Just a little bit more of an unconventional name.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because the passing game will be a lot more consistent under Russell Wilson compared to Daniel Jones. Wandale Robinson is our second best receiver. I know we brought back Darius Slayton, but in terms of the complete package, I think Wandale Robinson is better than Darius Slayton. And now, after Malik Neighbors' electric rookie year, I can see a lot of attention being brought onto him, allowing Wandale to cook a little bit more. We saw that a little bit at the end of the most recent season where a lot of people were double teaming in and putting a lot of people towards Malik Neighbors to prevent him to do whatever he wants to do. And then Wandale Robinson was able to eat underneath, get a lot of catches, get a lot of receptions. So this could be a big breakout year for either him, Wandale Robinson, or our tight end, which was a rookie last year, Theo Johnson, who has a lot of really good traits. He's definitely a big body tight end who can do a little bit of everything. So either him or Wandale Robinson, I would go for a rising for next year. Who's your next one?
Mine is George Pickens. Since he's now going to be the number two. The Cowboys don't really have a strong running game, but he's going to be with a much better quarterback because old Russell Wilson / Justin Fields compared to Dak Prescott, we know he's not going to be the number one. He's not going to have the number one corner on him. That's going to be against CD. So I think
Mhm.
with the jump ball situations and them having to drive down the field by throwing it because their run game's not going to be like that, his numbers are going to be way up in my opinion.
I'm not mad at that by any means. Well, would George Pickens have a better year than he had? What was like 2 years ago, where he had like almost 1,400 receiving yards?
I don't know about the yards, but he might have more touchdowns this year.
Okay, I think that's a fair thing to say. Okay, um, my next person who I think would be a riser this year. Let me. This is tough because I didn't really think about this one. I'm gonna throw out. I'm gonna throw out. Okay, this will be weird. I'm gonna throw out Puka Nakua. The reason why is because I believe. Oh, they're doing Jordan Grace Vacare next. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I think. Okay, I'm gonna say Puka Nakua is a wide receiver who had a legendary rookie year. I don't need to explain it. His second year, people start recognizing, especially with Cooper Kupp in the lineup a lot more, that he was the best receiver on the team, officially stamped, and he can play on the outside. This year, I think people will officially recognize that you can put him in the conversations with the best receivers in the NFL. That he is one of the next generationally great receivers up and coming. Because his first year was amazing, his second year was amazing, his third year, people just like how people are ready to put Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson in certain conversations, they will now officially start. Yeah, Puka's the next one, the next all-time great receiver, as long as he stays healthy, of course. So I'm gonna say Puka Nakua. This will be his stamped year.
Uh, my last one, I'm a cheat. I'm just go half and half. I'm gonna say Jared Verse and Lot Two on the Colts.
Okay.
Uh, their rookie years, they made a lot of impact in terms of rushing the passer, but it was a rookie year. They were just figuring it out. I think with the way that the Rams defense is set up this year, with their offense, I think Verse is going to take that second year leap. I think he's gonna really going to be dominant. He might enter that top 10 pass rusher combos. Sorry, I'm watching Stephanie Valcaire just be Stephanie Valcaire.
La Primera. Yep. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. Shout out Miles Bourne, man. Shout out Miles Boy. You got it.
Yeah, and then Latu, we all know how talented he is. The Colts, I feel like they're gonna give him more reps. I think he's really just gonna pop out this year.
Okay. I'm not mad at that by any means. Um, those two definitely, especially Latu, will probably start establishing himself as one of the best edge rusher, one of the better edge rushers in the NFL. I guess the last name I'm gonna put out there would have to be Cooper DeJean. I think people recognize Cooper was really good his rookie year, but they didn't really give him a respect compared to other rookies because he came in later. But when you take into the totality of what he did, I mean, you can legit argue that he's one of the best slot corners already in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's going to be the number 2 corner, potentially the best corner on the team. Cooper DeJean could really establish that he is the best defensive back on this team. He just wasn't given the opportunity. One, because of his injury, of course, because he had to sit out for a while. And two, because he has all the talent. He was cooking throughout ever since he joined the starting lineup. If he becomes mostly a slot guy, he could be Trent McDuffie 2.0. Cooper DeJean could enter the conversations that corners like him usually enter, but he didn't get the same respect like a Kenyon Mitchell or a Sauce Gardner, Ahmad Gardner. So Cooper DeJean, I'm gonna say big rise. People recognize he's one of the best corners in football.
I like Cooper DeJean a lot. I don't know if you saw that alley oop that he had with Saquon Barkley the other day.
No, I didn't see that.
No, he's crazy athletic. But yeah, I don't know if he's gonna be better than Quinion. I think Quinion can be a top lockdown corner. Cooper's more of that Swiss Army knife guy. I think he can be great. I'm thinking like a Brian Branch type. But lockdown corners, I feel like they're just valued a little bit more.
Which it's like tradition, but with moving over to the value of like slot receivers, slot corners should be getting way more respect.
I agree.
And they do more because they're more important than out boundary corners when it comes to dealing with the run game. They are super important in dealing with the run game. So we'll see how that plays. Three fallers. Three fallers. I mean, I feel like in one faller. I don't want to be super nasty about. Huh?
I was like, you want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Tyreek Hill.
Oh,
He's not only is he getting older, he keeps on having more problems on the field and off the field. He's had a few injuries too. He's been saying how he wants to leave, then how he doesn't want to leave, crashes out again. Then the thing with his wife, like too many distractions throughout this offseason. I don't know if he's fully locked into football this year as he was in the previous years.
yeah.
On top of him being older, I just and last year was also just it was a rough year because Tua was out, but then he was also trashing Tua at the same time while Tua was out. So
And he started out, hey, Tua's throws better than Patrick Mahomes.
yeah. So yeah, I just don't see him having a great year this year. He might request a trade in the middle of the season.
Hey man, go back to the Chiefs. You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all want him back?
Yeah. He knows he wants to come back. All right, one follower I'm gonna say I could be completely wrong. This could be another hot take. You know, these are just hot right
Oh,
now.
fine.
I'm gonna say Brock Purdy falls this year. Brock Purdy got the bag, got a big time contract. Now the expectation is Brock Purdy is going to be the franchise quarterback that can lead you to success. I think the lights are going to be extremely bright for Purdy this year. And we're going to see a lot of mid performances. Especially considering that this team is going to have to start paying a lot of people. And there's going to be a lot of questions. Did they make a mistake paying Brock Purdy? So, yeah, I'm going to go Brock Purdy as a faller this year. But he can prove me wrong. I'm here for it.
this year, and it's not even a crazy fall off. I just think it's gonna be significant, or it's not. I think Saquon Barkley, because every year I love Saquon. He's to me he's the most talented running back of all time. But I just have a running back rule, and it's just you can check the stats. It'll probably back it up. Every running back that like leads the league in touches, the next year they have a drop off. Every year, no matter who
Okay.
it is, and it's been consistent the last probably decade that I've really been paying attention to that. Everyone who gets the most touches ends up having some type of fall off.
Okay.
So I just think I still think that they'll be fine. I still think they'll be in the championship contention. I just don't think he's gonna go 2,000 plus yards again. I don't think that's wise for him to do that anyway. I think that he needs to have less of a load if they
Yeah.
want to keep this engine going.
I mean, he already made history, so I'm not mad at what you're saying. As a fall, are you saying that he won't be the best running back in football, or just that
Yeah,
he's not going to be as statistically?
I think he'll still be top five, but he'll be more in that 3 to 5 range. The same thing can be said for Derrick Henry. I'm still waiting for Derrick Henry to fall off eventually.
Yeah, that dude is a tank. He takes care of his body wild. I ain't even impressed. Okay, I'm not mad at it. Uh, the next fall off. I mean, I think there may have to be a conversation with. I'll just keep it here. Make it very clear on what I'm trying to say, because I want this dude out of the league. I don't want Aaron Rodgers to just retire. I'm tired of that dude. I just want him gone. We're done with the headlines. We're done with Aaron Rodgers saying BS for no reason, saying random bullshit for no reason. We're tired of him playing these weird games on, oh, Saints, I'm not going to join your team. Just fall off. Fall off the face of the earth. Stop playing football. We're done with Aaron Rodgers. Dude's annoying. So I'm gonna say Aaron Rodgers. I
Apparently, he's
want him to
also a
fall off.
monster. Like,
Huh?
because I remember like a few years ago that one celebrity X that he had, the one that was like the start in like the Divergent series and the Fault of Our Stars. She said dating, uh, Aaron Rodgers was like the worst experience of her life, and how she wanted to like to die and like end her life and things like that, just dating him, and that like it was like the worst thing that ever happened to her. And
I
then,
can
uh,
imagine, bro.
and then that NASCAR lady racer, I forget her name is. Is
I
it like
forget. I know who you're talking about. I forget
or
her name
whatever?
too.
Yeah, she just said like yesterday in an interview that dating Aaron Rodgers was the worst time of her life, and that he's like the most abusive person she's ever met, emotionally emotionally tormented her. I'm just like, yo, this is two celebrities just saying that you're a demon. What are you doing?
Bro, you can see it. Now that he's allowed to just say whatever he wants. He's a top tier narcissist.
Like he is crazy.
He thinks he's the best thing in the world. He thinks he's the most important person in the world. He's saying he thinks he knows everything. Jesus Christ. I did not realize how shitty of a person Aaron Rodgers is.
You got two celebrities with great reputations, by the way, saying that you were the worst thing that ever happened to them in their life.
Bro.
You made a celebrity who's like a known activist throughout the whole world, runs all these foundations, and she said you made her want to end her life just by dating you. It's like, nigga, you are a problem. And I think he had issues. He has issues with his family too, right?
Yes.
Like,
And usually players get the benefit of the doubt, but I feel like we've seen enough evidence when it comes to Aaron Rodgers that dude is the problem. It's him. It's
we
him.
gotta see it. We gotta see it.
Steph,
Ah, 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 ah. Oh yeah.
one of the most over moves in the WWE right there, boy.
And she looks so good in purple.
If Valkyrie's a baddie. No denying that. Yeah, I want Aaron Rodgers to fall off the face of the earth. We're done with Aaron Rodgers. Jesus. Did you say two people? You said Tyreek and who?
I said Tyreek and Saquon.
Oh, Saquon, yes. All right, it's on you again.
Third one, I want to say Jalen Ramsey. It's time.
He was cool last year. Not he was still like one of the better corners. Nothing crazy though.
And I just feel like he when people start saying, "Yo, you need to go to safety," nigga, you need nigga. That's how you know they fell off. Like, oh, you'd be a great safety. That's when you know that they fell off. And I don't think Jalen Ramsey would ever do that because I think he's too cocky and too like, oh, I'm the greatest lockdown corner of all time. I don't think he's ever going to switch over to safety. And I saw him last year get burnt a few times, like more than a few times, by lesser receivers that are just fast, and he was getting cooked. So yeah, I think it's time for Jalen Ramsey to. It's gonna be a bad. If you can't tell, I think the Dolphins are gonna have a really rough year.
Oh yeah, with the Patriots getting better. I don't know about the Jets. Maybe they're getting better. I don't know. Who knows? We'll see. Justin Fields. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Can't really
Brees
bank on him.
Hall to say Brees Hall because like yo, they're gonna be thinking yo Justin can't throw, so we're just gonna load up the box, and if they load up the box, what is Brees Hall gonna be able to do?
Yeah, it's gonna be pretty nasty. I guess the last faller. Oh, hmm. This is tough. This is tough. I'm gonna say because there's some easy answers. Like Tay is obviously gonna be worse than he was. Diggs is coming off a big time injury, but who knows? He may have a resurgence.
Respect Drake.
Drake is nice. I like. He could have a resurgence. I'm not even mad at it. There's a lot of receivers in the Packers that are definitely good, like Dontavian Wicks. I don't expect anything from him anymore. It's going to be Golden, Jaden Reed, and then Romeo Dobbs. Wicks, he can come off the bench. That's definitely something that I see. Like, so these are kind of obvious. I'm trying to think of bigger name.
I really wonder how Golden's going to be accepted into that Packers locker room because
Yeah,
the receivers are very prideful and they got mad when they got pissed when Tay said, "Oh, they need a leader and they need a true number one." And all
yeah.
like, "What about me? What about me? What about me?" And then they draft a receiver in the first round.
First time since I don't know when.
We've been asking them for like over a decade. Hey, draft a receiver in the first round. They finally did it. So,
Facts.
I wonder, like, are niggas really gonna be fucking with them?
Oh,
Oh shit!
that was nice. That was nice. I'm with you. I did see a report that they're still gonna like Jaden Reed is still gonna have his spot for the most part. So Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, it should open things up considering Christian Watson's never healthy. Wicks drops the ball all the time. So we'll see. Yeah, and then Dobbs is just kind of like the vet, big body dude.
He's not a vet though, because he's been there as long as Watson. They got drafted the same year.
Oh yeah, he's only in like his mid to late 20s.
Yeah, this is like his fourth year or some shit like that.
Oh, he's a vet for the team. He's a vet for the team. We'll see. All right, I guess the name that I'm going to give out is this is bold. I'm going to throw out there. I'm not too confident in this one, but I'm trying to like really look at it. TJ Watt. TJ is interesting because there's always been the conversation between Miles and him, which that type of stuff takes crazy strength. Reacting to NXT Battleground, by the way, people who are listening to the podcast. When it comes down to TJ Watt was having a really good beginning of the year, but then he kind of fell off later on in the year for his standards. And it seems like we're starting to separate between him and Miles. And Micah Parsons started going nuts last year. Honestly, I should have called him for a riser. He could end up being like defensive player of the year next year.
Oh, true, because he's on a contract year too.
Yeah, he was going nuts. Max Crosby's obviously is a demon, and now the defensive line's getting more healthy. Like TJ Watt can legitimately drop in the rankings. We're coming to edge rushers, and he's getting older. He's pretty much done everything. And now the offense is even more suspect than it already was. So I think there's a strong possibility TJ Watt could drop in the rankings. He won't be a bona fide best player in the world anymore, or at the very least next year. So shout out NXT Battleground. Some good stuff going on. Stephanie Valkyr versus Jordan Grace. They're doing their thing. Should I look up the score? Are you watching the Pacers Knicks? What's the score? Maybe I'll turn it back
I
on.
checked it, said it was halftime, but it's probably not halftime anymore.
Oh, kick out. I thought that was over. That was Valkyr's finisher.
It's 62-52 Pacers.
Yeah, I'm not turning that shit back on. I'm done. I'm done with the playoffs.
Pacers, go.
Oh, I'm done with the playoffs. I'm just so nasty. I'm so done.
Well, now I'm thinking that Stephanie's definitely gonna lose. Like she just did everything.
Did you see the clip of that one AAA wrestler, the one female Latino wrestler that everybody's excited when they see her on the WWE screen? The really thick one?
No, I haven't seen her.
Bro, she's thicker than Nikita Lyons and Jada Parker.
Now I'm locked in.
Yeah. Once you see a clip of her, I'm like, oh damn. Damn.
Now what about? I hope they don't have that girl on the card where Stephanie has a restraining order against.
I don't think they will. Like, I don't think they're gonna put Alberto on the card either. So those moves always suss me out. Now that I'm becoming an old man, my bones are becoming brittle. Huh?
The knee one?
Yeah, you could always mess up your knee.
Bro, how does that not hurt?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I feel like my knee would break.
I'm like, yo, that just looks like you tear someone's ACL easily.
Facts.
Just ending careers with that move. How is that legal?
Hey, that's why she's a safe wrestler, man. She knows what she's doing.
I'm just saying, what if like the other person does something wrong? Like if you don't help her do that move, like you're fucked.
Yeah, shout out Zoe Stark. Her injury recently, I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. That was crazy.
It was disgusting, bro. I'm like, damn.
That she screamed. I was just like, ah.
Oh, that has to be it.
Please.
Okay, Valkyr beat Jordan. Oh man, they're about to give Valkyr a legendary run, huh? Oh, they're definitely gonna put. She's gonna be champion. She's gonna face someone at Worlds Collide for a championship, for sure.
Probably Jada.
No, AAA girl. I'm guessing. Yeah. What a defense. We need.
Oh, Stephanie. But you know what I think we're gonna do with Jordan now? Now I think that they're gonna have her go against Sol Ruka, and then like when she loses, that's when they trigger the Zarya Soul feud.
I can see that. I saw Jordan Grace talk to Bubba Ray Dudley on his podcast about why she decided to stay on NXT, because they said that she could have gone to the main roster if she wanted to, and it's because she kind of just still wants to learn, master her craft, master her promos. Oh, there we go. The Latinos that she may face at AAA.
One of them looks like she's 50.
I respect her elders.
God, you look old as shit. I'm sorry. The other one, you look cute, like she cool. The other one, you look old as hell.
Hey man, Trish Stratus be cooking, so you know
she don't look like Trish Stratus.
She don't. Natalia be cooking.
Okay.
Shout out Natalia. Good match. Good match.
Solid.
2 more matches left. Oba versus Miles Bourne, and then Trick versus Joe Hendry. Do we think Trick is gonna beat Joe Hendry and take the TNA title? That would be insane. A WWE superstar having the TNA title would be insane.
If it was anyone that they would if there was to give it to anyone, it would be Trick.
I agree. That'd be crazy. That would be insane. We'll see how all of that
He
kind of
is
plays
he
out.
is also still doing stuff like outside of the WWE, so he is like popular. Like I've seen him on Wild and Out. He's on that CW show. Like
He was on Real Housewives. I saw a TikTok about that.
he's on Real Housewives.
Like one of the Real Housewives shows. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he's making a name for himself outside of WWE, which a lot of wrestlers, even ones bigger than him, don't really get a chance to do. So if he's doing that already on NXT, then yeah, they gotta push him.
Yeah, he's becoming a huge star.
And he has the look.
Yeah.
I could tell
Yep.
because my girl started drooling. I had to turn the TV off. You did not need
Yep.
that much baby oil, Trick. You did not need all that baby oil. There was no need for that.
Yeah, and he also has a baddie girl, so like they could become a power couple.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Lash Legend. Lash Legend is tall as fuck.
Yeah, she was a center in
Yeah,
college.
I respect that. They would do W power couple. Be the next Bianca and Montez Ford. We'll see about that.
Is Ricky Saints about to do a promo in the middle of a PLE?
Yeah, he doesn't have a match, so I don't know what this is about. Unless Ethan Page is gonna jump him. I don't know if you've been seeing the stuff Will Ospreay's been doing too recently. It's been very cringe. He keeps
Yeah,
on talking about the WWE.
yeah, I saw that he's been talking about the WWE and how like they clear and everything like that. I'm just like, that's cool. Outside of Tony Storm and like a few of y'all, so I don't get how y'all can like. I get you were saying like you have to say that because you're the competition, but saying that like no one's better not than y'all, not even like Seth or Gunther or whoever else, like they can't hold a candle to y'all. Like you're just being disingenuous.
He really is.
You're saying Seth Rollins and Gunther can't hold a candle. Gunther can't hold a candle to any of y'all.
Just insane. Randy, Gunther.
Yeah, I think he said Randy too. It's like you realize
Freaking
like
Cody started your company.
I was like, most of your guys got fired, and that's why they ended up there, right? Like, what are we
It's
doing?
nasty work. All right. I'm curious to see what this promo is. I've never seen it's not often that they do promos during PLEs.
Yeah, they gave Ethan Page a little one earlier.
Yeah, that was a little backstage, but in the middle of the ring is something crazy is about to happen. More than likely. Okay. Who are some of so we don't have like a bunch of quiet time for this. Who is some other people you want to enter Money in the Bank? We got 4 women confirmed: Roxanne, Alexa, Rhea.
Well, the match for SmackDown is Nia, Jade, and Naomi, and I want
Yeah,
Naomi to win.
Julia, and then that triple threat. And they're probably gonna have one more triple threat on Raw for women. So who do you want? You said you want Naomi or Jade?
I think Naomi would be the best Money in the Bank winner, especially because she's already lurking in the background already.
I'm with you. I agree.
So I was saying like because Bianca made like her little first promo, so I think she's gonna come back soonish. Let her beef with Tiffany Stratton. Let her beat Tiffany at SummerSlam.
Oh, she's coming back this Friday.
Bianca is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's plenty of time. So like, let her beef with Tiffany. Let her beat Tiffany at SummerSlam. And then next thing you know, Naomi is just Naomi's already stalking Bianca. She's already stalking Bianca. If you watch her Twitter, like hers, like, oh, I called you like 500 times today. I guess I'll just use a different phone. Like, she's like, just have her always just be around Bianca with the briefcase, and you can do that all the way up until WrestleMania.
Oh, Ethan Page jumping him again.
Oh, he dropped his ass though.
So this was an announcement to put the North American title on the line at Worlds Collide. That's basically what they're about to do. Okay. Okay. Maybe it's going to be a triple threat. Ricky Ethan Page. Yo, they better play his music, and then he jumped off anyway. Other Shout out Ricky Saints, my boy. I'm with you. I would say Naomi. As for the Raw side, I would throw out maybe Ivy Nile.
You're not doing anything with her. That'd be okay. Um.
Or
Who's Io's teammate? Kari Zane.
she already lost.
Oh yeah, she did already lose.
Or you could do Liv Morgan when she comes back.
You could. When's Asuka supposed to come back?
I don't know. She's been gone for a minute. But it'd be pretty dope if Asuka came back and she won it.
Because I know she said that she was like nearing her return, so I'm wondering when they're gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I know she's also dealing with like outside WWE trouble. Well, not outside WWE because like she's dealing with stalker issues or whatever. So
Yeah, you weirdo WWE fan. No, weird wrestling fans in general.
like
There's this one wrestler.
She barely speaks English. She does not want you.
Facts. There was this one wrestler. I think her name was Soraya, and she talked about how she was doing like a booth, and one of the fans just kissed her without her approval. It's just like, bro, these people don't know you. They don't like you. It's just weird, bro.
They don't even pretend to know you. Why are you doing that? Like,
it's just weird energy, man. It's just weird energy.
Mariah was Paige in WWE, right?
Yeah. And who knows, may come back. Also, be kind of crazy if Mariah May. No, Mariah May's probably not going to show up until like. It would be pretty dope if she showed up for Evolution. That'd be fire.
For the women's Evolution.
Yeah, the women's one. That'd be a great time to return too. And they're considering to do a battle royale, so you have the battle royale, and then Mariah May makes her appearance.
And Asuka can show back up there too.
Yeah, that'd be a perfect time to bring back the heavy hitters for the show. Yeah, okay. As for the men's, the only ones that got confirmed so far is Solo Sikoa and LA Knight. And then we got a match on SmackDown versus Jacob Fatu versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade.
I want Carmelo to win that.
I do as well. I don't think Jacob is going to win it. But I do think Solo is going to cost him.
Or Cobb.
Or Mateo. Yeah.
Little JC.
Yeah.
Like me and Taylor are watching that match. A nigga that big should not be doing backflips.
With standing,
like,
bro.
Standing backflip. We're like, yo, and you know that. I don't care what you say about wrestling. There's no way that 300-pound man just doing a standing backflip on your body does not hurt.
Yeah, you only can brace for that so much. There's not much cushion there.
A big dude.
Standing backflip is insane. I'm gonna be honest. Standing backflip, being as big as he is insane.
Taylor said that he should have been the one to play Maui in the live action. Looking like his body, he's like
he's gonna have to lean up a little bit because Maui's a lean dude, just big. You know, Mateo got a little gut. You know what I'm saying?
Now, who do you want to win Money in the Bank on the men's side?
Well, I agree with Carmelo. I think Carmelo's gonna win that match. I think LA Knight's gonna win the whole thing. I think Carmelo's gonna win that match, and then the other 3 people to join. Well, I threw out the names like Seth would be interesting if he joined, and cashed in on John Cena later on.
You think Cody tries to enter?
I don't want Cody. No, he's in a match already. He has him and Jey Uso are facing John Cena and Logan Paul. Yeah. So Cody won't be in it. So I'll say Randy's an interesting choice. Seth's an interesting choice, and then Karrion Kross. If you want to throw out a shot in the dark, well, Chad Gable's not going to be on Money in the Bank. He's on Worlds Collide. I think they're both. I think Money in the Bank and Worlds Collide are in the same day, so there's no way.
That Gable's not on there. That is, I thought that's
No, Chad. It's Chad, not El Grande. It's Chad.
okay.
Yeah. So Chad versus Vikingo. So Chad won't be at Money in the Bank. So it definitely will be someone else. So I'm saying Carrion, either Seth or Randy, and then I'll throw a swinger for the last one. Who would we all want to? I guess Rusev would be interesting. I just want to see my boy Ilya Dragunov back. That's what I want. I want to see
He
him
might
back.
not get back to like August or whatever because he like tore his ACL.
Yeah, it was on a house show too against Gunther, so it's very unfortunate. But I have LA Knight winning the whole thing. I think it's time for LA Knight to propel himself to the main event scene officially. Also, shout out Ren Sinclair. She's a future North American champion. She's very over too. Like a lot of people like Ren Sinclair. They just haven't been doing much with her.
It's hard because like the women's roster is so stacked. It's so stacked. You have Stephanie, you have Jordan, you have Jada, you have Sol Ruka, you have Zarya, you
have Tatum Paxley, Mr. Edge, Miss Edge girl herself.
Who was the girl that held the North American title for a little bit?
Was there someone else? We got Kalani. Oh, Fallon Henley and JC Jane. We got Thea Hale. Yeah, the woman roster is so stat. You got some of these people just need to move up. Go to the main roster.
The Katana chick.
Oh yeah, Carmen Petrovich.
And then you have Nikita Lyons too. She's been doing stuff in Evolve.
And TNA. She was on TNA recently as well. Shout out her. Yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see. You know what is an interesting conversation that I've been hearing recently? It's in regards to the top 10 NBA players in the league if they were all in their prime. So current NBA players, all in their prime, what would be the top 10? And I think Mars is the one who started the conversation. And then it started going viral when Emmanuel Acho even retweeted him. And then other social media accounts started using it as well. So let's hop on the bandwagon. Who would be the top 10 players in the NBA if they were all in their prime right now? So we can go and do what we did for top 10 quarterbacks, kind of snake it. You could start it this time.
One is LeBron. We're talking about prime, like everyone in their prime.
Yeah,
LeBron.
I agree. Number one is easy, 100% LeBron James. Number two is also easy for me, Stephen Curry, for sure. And I'm not even thinking twice.
Stephen Curry's my favorite player ever, so I can't get mad at that.
So Steph Curry, so two top 10 players in the NBA, of course, they will be number 1 and 2.
Oh, this is where it gets tricky, though.
There's a lot of people who could be argued number 3. There's a lot of people who could be argued number 3.
Because I'm thinking, because someone's going to say, KD, but is prime KD better than prime Joker?
That's the conversation.
That's what I'm thinking.
I would even consider throwing the name Kawhi Leonard in the conversation. I'm not thinking resume. I'm not talking about who's greater. I'm talking about we're talking about who's
in
their
their prime.
There's Kawhi Leonard at his best is a demon.
Is Kawhi at his best better than KD at his best?
That's an interesting conversation. So it's between, all right, let's name all the people we're discussing right now. So it's Kawhi,
KD, Joker.
And Joker.
Low key, I think it's Joker.
I think it might be Joker too. Are we missing anybody?
You can, the other names, if I'm thinking prime, the other names, but I don't have them in that same tier, would be like a James Harden, a Giannis,
Russell Westbrook, Chris Paul. Just throwing out names. I'm not saying they in the same tier either.
Prime Chris Paul is still up there. I'm not gonna put him up there with those guys though. Luka to me is still up there. Shea's
Yeah,
up here below. Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis would be interesting.
Anyone
Trying
else?
to think of any other old heads that belong in this conversation.
Paul George
My,
in that combo.
man, I'll make some crazy arguments for Paul George. Better than Tatum. Sorry, I just had to throw that out there.
But it's okay.
All right, I think we kind of get the general idea. So number 3,
I'm going Joker.
I'm going Joker too. I think it's really tough. If you said Kevin Durant, I'm not upset about you saying Kevin Durant. Because Kevin Durant in his peak was a demon offensive scorer.
And
He never was.
either.
Yeah, especially in the Warriors, he was a very good defender, especially a good rim protector.
That's something like his defense on the Warriors was crazy.
And I know some recency bias will have people thinking that Joker, how good can he be because they just lost a recent series? But
Joker was actually really good on defense this year.
yeah, he was solid. I wouldn't say really good, just the strong word, but I'll say he was solid. But I also think people don't take into account like the deficiencies on the team as well. Despite the deficiencies on the team, this year he had one of the greatest regular seasons of all time, and he took the Thunder to 7 games. So yeah, I'm there with you. I'm going Nikola Jokic number 3, Kevin Durant number 4. Is it easy, Kevin?
Huh? What were we saying?
They are cooking the match.
They are just kicked them in the face. I was like, all right.
Kevin Durant number 4.
Well, I'm thinking like prime Kawhi.
So the Kawhi KD, I was thinking about this. I'm like, Kevin Durant, yeah, is a better scorer. He attacks the rim better than Kawhi. Is more efficient. Like, Kawhi in the playoffs is a very efficient scorer. He does what he does. He's not as versatile as Kevin Durant. They're both kind of meh playmakers. But Kawhi's also, when he locks in on defense, is a demon. So it's like really close.
From the Spurs / that Toronto run, like he was low-key unstoppable. Remember that commercial? Can Kawhi stop Kawhi? Like, and I remember like they were giving like the defensive graphs. I was like, yo, like he can guard. He was guarding 3 people at the same time, like type shit. This is like it was like a shut down corner. I'm just like, bro, what?
He legit defensive player of the year, and if he stayed healthy for a full regular season, he would be an MVP as well. I think the year that the Spurs were like the 2 seed and won like 60 plus games, Steph Curry won 73. So it was not a fair comparison. But if Steph Curry didn't exist, Kawhi could have won MVP that year.
And if it wasn't for Zaza Pachulia, Spurs might win that one series.
Maybe Kawhi was going crazy.
I was scared. As a Curry fan, I was shaking in my boots. I was like, yo, we cannot stop Kawhi.
It's so tough because I don't want to be nasty, but I really do think Kawhi, when he was at his best, is that good. But I mean,
it's still KD. I don't know.
It's still KD. KD was also very much unstoppable as a scorer. He's one of the best isolated scorers we've ever seen. I'm gonna say KD. I'm gonna be fair to KD. I'm gonna say
Kevin. I'm fine with that. But Kawhi's at 4.
Yeah. So 1 is LeBron, 2 Steph, 3 is Joker, 4 is KD, 5 Kawhi. So now we got the bottom 5. So this is where it was still pretty interesting. We got names like James Harden. We got Luka.
Prime Chris Paul.
Shea, Chris Paul. We got Anthony Davis. We got Giannis, of course.
Giannis, too.
Maybe is 6 just Giannis?
It's between Giannis and James Harden for me. Because prime James Harden was like...
Prime James Harden would also choke in the playoffs sometimes, too, though.
Yeah, but Stephen A. Smith was said, he's averaging 40 or 16, 19 games.
He was an offensive demon. No denying that. I would pretty comfortably still go Giannis over James Harden.
Prime Giannis, prime Harden. What's crazy is that their peaks were like the same 2-3 year stretch too.
Yeah, I think there's one year that Giannis won MVP. People said James Harden should have won it too.
Yeah, and they were beefing over it too because what Harden was like, oh, all he if I was 6'10" and I could just dunk all day too, then
Yeah. Well, that boy Giannis won a championship. So
yeah.
who won the beef? I think it's pretty clear who won the beef. I'm not gonna lie.
I'll go Giannis. I've
Okay,
been
Giannis.
this for a long time,
I still think Luca is better, but if we want to put James Harden, sure.
and I'm probably the only one. I still believe in the conspiracy theory that Giannis is not as old as he said he is. Says
Oh,
he
you
is.
you think he's younger?
Yeah, I remember because I'm a big draft person, and so like
Mhm.
back during the draft, like when he just got drafted, there was an article that came out. This was like before he popped. It was like the middle of his rookie year, and I was reading it, and they're like, "Oh, and this is when he was like six. He was like 6'6.5". He wasn't even 6'7",
Yeah.
and they're
I
like,
remember that.
"Oh, he has the blood pellets and the blood cells of a 16-year-old," and
Oh,
so
yeah.
he's projected to grow, and the next thing you know, like the next year, he's like 6'8", and then the year after that, he's like 6'10". I'm just like, and when you work out that much, like, yeah, you still fill out a little bit, but like you don't grow that much taller. Your second and third, like I've seen like because Devin Booker grew a little bit. He was like 6'4", then he grew into like 6'5" or whatever. Like
I guess another pretty big growth spurt was Paul George. He was like 6'6", and then he grew up to be like 6'8", 6'9".
yeah, but like this dude was 6'6.5", and he grew to be like 6'10", 6'11", and he had like the blood cells of a 16-year-old. Something wasn't adding up. Something wasn't adding.
You know what? At this rate, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. The NBA, they be doing shady stuff, man. I'm not surprised. I would be surprised.
I get it.
Um,
His family was poor. Like he needed the money, so like maybe they lied on his application. I'm like, okay,
well, it worked out. They won a championship because of it. So, shout out Giannis.
and he fed his whole family. So
Uh, so Giannis is 6'7". So you want to go Harden over Luca? So we got okay. Let's name some of the other names. So Harden, Luca, Chris Paul,
Chris,
Russell Westbrook, Anthony Davis.
I'm sorry. I get how great
Okay,
Russell Westbrook was.
he's not making top 10.
No, I'm sorry. You can call it. I'm not even calling it recency bias because I've been a fan. I think Shea's better is a better point guard than prime Russell Westbrook. Just
I
off
did too.
efficiency, I think Shea's call say what you want about Shea. Shea's MVP year is better than Russell Westbrook's MVP year. I don't even think Westbrook should have won MVP over Harden that year. The only reason why he did is because he averaged a triple double. James Harden almost averaged a triple double. It was like a 9.5 or some shit like that. Like
Yeah, it's the history narrative for like Oscar
it
Robinson.
was not better than James Harden that year. He wasn't.
I mean, he wasn't. He had a 30-point triple double, and then led the Thunder to like a 5 seed, I believe, or 6 seed. I mean, I'm with you. I hear you. It was a narrative thing because of
It
triple
was
double.
completely narrative. But
Okay, so we said Kawhi is at 6, no 5, and then we said Giannis is at
that's
6.
six.
So we have 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 4 spots left. I feel like the last four, unless I'm missing a name, would be a combination of James Harden, Luca Shea,
Anthony Davis.
not Chris Paul. Chris Paul over Anthony Davis?
Oh, Chris Paul, because prime Chris Paul was also a real problem.
And he did something that Anthony Davis could. He made a playoff team and with the Pelicans or the Hornets. I don't know what they were called. No, I think they were the Hornets.
No, the Pelicans were a playoff team with them.
No, I'm talking about when Chris Paul but they were like an 8th seed with Anthony. Oh, actually, they were like I think they might have been middle of pack with him and Boogie Cousins
Yeah, but
and
then
Rondo, or no, and Drew Holiday. That was a pretty nice
yeah, it
team.
was Drew, Rondo, DeMarcus, and then Davis. I forget
Yeah,
what his name was.
But Chris Paul, what he did with the Rockets, what he did with the Thunder, and what he did with the Pelicans,
Yeah, and I'd still put him over Anthony Davis then.
the same. So I'd say those are the last four, unless we're forgetting someone.
Luka's great, but just that prime, 2018 Harden was like one of the most unstoppable forces I've ever seen on the offensive end.
I won't stress out over Harden being above Luka.
I
Even
think
though
Luka can still have a better peak than him.
it's just those playoffs move me, man. But to be fair to Harden, he did go up against the Dynasty Warriors. To be fair to him. So if we want to put Harden at 7, I'm cool with it. So Harden at 7. 8. 8, I would go Luka. I would go Luka for 8. And then I would go Chris Paul. No, I would go Shea then Chris Paul.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, we got a top 10. So our top 10 best NBA players, if everybody was in their prime right now. Number 1, LeBron James. Number 2, Stephen Curry. Number 3, Joker, Nikola Jokic. Number 4, Kevin Durant. Number 5, Kawhi Leonard. Number 6, Giannis. Number 7, James Harden. Number 8, Luka. Number 9, Shea. And number 10, Chris Paul. Yes, Russell Westbrook did not make it.
Next are storming back. The Pacers were up 20, but now they're only up 5.
20? Oh my!
Now they're only up 5.
I don't care, bro. Why are they up 20?
They were down 20. Now they're down 5.
They don't. They came back last game. They still lost. So see, when you lose a game like they lost in game 1, it's so deflating. It just ruins everything.
I know, and I love it. But I want y'all to like at least just only be losing by 2, just so y'all can get blown out by like 10. I need y'all keep going, Brunson. Keep going, Brunson.
This is a nasty word.
Y'all might it for me. Y'all ruined my next season. Y'all ruined my next season.
Oh, I am not watching the NBA Finals of Thunder and Pacers. I'm gonna keep it a beam.
I'm watching it just for Shea because I've been with Shea for a while.
I'll give you that. You do like Shea's play style. I'll give you that. I am a hater, and I have no attachment to the Pacers, especially since they're about to beat the Knicks. I'm just so disappointed.
Does he somehow end up beating Obafemi? Oh, never mind.
No, hell no. That underdog story can only be so good. He's already winning in life. He's dating Stephanie Vauquer. Did you see the interview of Obafemi? It was like, I'm about to beat your boyfriend on Battleground. Basically confirmed the relationship, man. Shout out, man.
I was like, the only reason why they would make Oba lose to him is if like Oba's going on the main roster.
The person to dethrone Oba needs to be like, okay, he's gonna be like that next big guy.
Javon Evans.
Exactly. It's Javon. Or it could be Trick. But Javon Evans is the next one. But they did have that one dude from LFG take out Oba. So even when they do those big like jumps, it's kind of crazy. Like, you know, when you're getting older and you're like, bro, my knees would be destroyed if I do some jumps that they do. I need to lock in. He's
picking Oba up. Let's go. Okay, Timu Randy.
Shout out Timu Randy, man. There's so many jokes. I was about to say a crazy joke. I was about to say a crazy joke. Bro, Splash.
Oh, good.
Me and my friend are trying to figure out some sports league in the area because we want to start locking back, being more active for sports. Once you're an adult, it's not as easy to find like sports to play with when it comes to people.
Up 79-82.
Man,
they're creeping back. 10 minutes left.
Shout out Shout out Hallie though. I'm glad he definitely is getting the respect he deserves. One thing that I noticed, or just note in general, when it comes to the NBA now, is I just saw the and one. I'm watching the game now. Cat had a layup and then got fouled. So one thing that I noticed is I feel like the NBA is changing and shifting from the superstar heavy driven teams being the ones to win championships. I think they're moving towards a formula kind of like the NFL, right? And because I don't think the gap between NBA talent for the top stars and the rest of the league is as damning compared to the NFL when it comes to like elite quarterbacks compared to the rest of the quarterbacks. So it's easier to build a well-rounded teams in an NBA versus the NFL. So this is what I mean. One way you can become a contender in the NFL is either having a generational quarterback like a Mahomes, like a Joe Burrow, Lamar, or Josh Allen, or you could have a quarterback you're not paying a lot of money and build a well-rounded roster. So that is two ways you can win and become a contender in the NFL. For the NBA, I think we're moving towards a different type of league where you can't be the best of the best player and have no team around you. You need to have a team around you. So there's going to be a lot of benefit to having a lot of young talent and a lot of manageable contracts. So that's why the Celtics being able to build the team they built was super impressive. It wasn't about Jason Tatum, it was how great that team was. Also, shout out Obafemi winning. Also, the current four teams in the NBA Conference Finals right now perfectly encapsulate that as well. Anthony Edwards is not being paid yet. Shea, I don't think Shea has a crazy contract. I might have to look into that.
Ant got paid this year.
Then it didn't kick in yet. That's why they have the team right now. They had to get rid of Cat, but they were able to replace his talent. So the contract hasn't kicked in to affect that roster. Shea, very similar. They had a bunch of draft picks. They're not paying anybody, and they are just have a well-rounded team because of the low contracts or the rookie contracts with a player that is really, really good that doesn't have a contract like completely damaging the team. Same thing with the Pacers. Halliburton doesn't have a crazy contract. A bunch of teams, bunch of role players that are filling the role, and the Knicks. Brunson doesn't have a crazy contract. They brought in Cat. You know, Cat has a big contract, but nothing crazy. And then they brought in some other role player talent. So I think the NBA is moving towards a way that it. And I'm not justifying. I still hate Nico Harrison and what he did, but there might be some logic to the idea that top tier generational talent without a team, you can't do that anymore. You can't do what you did with LeBron. You can't do what you did with Steph. You can't do what you did with some of these other generational all-time teams because of how the salary cap works and how the talent gap is closing. So that is kind of my new observation. I do think the NBA is moving away from contending teams where one guy is getting all the money, super talented. I think we're moving away from that.
When they introduced the whole second apron situation, like it really changed things for a lot of teams. Because now, Celtics got to trade people. Funny enough, the Mavericks ended up with the number one pick. Well, because of the number one pick salary, they automatically go into the second apron. So they got to trade people unless they want.
And the better. It's the combination of the second apron and the talent gap closing. I think the combination of the two is why things are becoming the way they are.
And OKC is a special case. They just have the top three young talent in the league with all the capital in the world.
And even the super young, and that's kind of going to be the formula. I don't think because like Shea became this super mega star before he got a crazy contract. Mm-hmm. So,
Oh,
or
really?
after he got after he got a contract.
They weren't
So
expecting Jalen Williams to end up being the second option.
yeah, J Dub is gonna have to get a big contract. Chet is
Just
gonna
have
have to get a big contract. All their young talent is gonna have to get contracts, and they're not even the only ones because, like I said, I meant Timberwolves, Pacers, and Knicks are not really paying. Oh, something crazy is happening.
like
Live reacting.
like Stephanie has a
Oh, we got a match for Worlds Collide potentially. She might be a legend or something. Maybe that's what they're trying to do. Holy, she slapped the shit out of Stephanie Bucker. JC Jane versus Vauquer? And Fallon Halley's like, damn. She did that for no reason, too. She was like, fuck you. But there's other teams we have to look at that are kind of doing the same thing where they're not paying their top guy crazy money and they're building a really good roster because of how good these guys are coming into the NBA. The San Antonio Spurs with Wemby, they're not paying Wemby. They're about to get another top pick. That team is getting built properly. Another team, of course, the
Rockets.
the Houston Rockets. They got to figure it out. They built a top. This team had a top 3 seed purely because of how good the team is and the defense without having a generational superstar. I'm trying to think of other teams that have a lot of picks, a lot of young talent.
The Nets have a lot of picks. They don't have any talent.
Hey, if they can become scary moving forward too. So yeah, this could definitely be the move, kind of like the NFL. If you don't have that generational talent, it doesn't matter. You just need a really, really good player, and then young contracts and young talent. Oh, this one about to be a banger. Tyrese Halliburton is trying to be like a top 10 player in the NBA because the amount of clutch shots he's been making is like so impressive. I'm not gonna lie.
It's only down 1.
Yeah, Halliburton just made a 3 in someone's face.
You just missed that one.
We just missing layups, Mikkel. Oh, you're a little bit ahead of me.
Yeah. Up Knicks in the lead.
What time is it on your end? I'm on 7:18.
7:03.
What the? How are you 10 seconds ahead of me?
I don't know. I had to put it up on my phone.
What the? What are they doing to me?
Time, and it's a timeout too.
Yeah, I'm on YouTube TV. I can't do anything about it, but it is what it is. But it's interesting. I do think sometimes if this is where we're moving in the direction of for like NBA teams being mostly focused on team orchestration and managing contracts like the NFL, then people need to stop having these lazy conversations about just because this guy won a championship, he should be in certain conversations. We need to be able to analyze basketball a little bit deeper than that. We don't have to force people in certain conversations. We don't have to make huge claims about this guy being the best guy in the team's franchise or this guy being top 5 now that he won a championship. It's okay. We don't have to do that while also assessing how good he is as an individual player compared to other people. Kind of like the Jalen Hurts stuff, where people know for a fact, even though he won a Super Bowl, he's not touching the top 4. If you're a sane person, not certain Eagles fans would disagree. If you're a sane person, but people are still putting him in top 5 conversations because he won a Super Bowl.
I agree, but basketball talk, I really feel like it's the old generation. They just have like such a warped concept of what basketball is and like their basketball agendas. I really think that like they forget that like most of them hated Jordan when they were kids, but now he's like their Lord and Savior, and it's really nasty. I don't know. But
I wonder if they had like a lot of top 10 conversations back in the day because I feel like I don't remember them doing it like that back in the day.
I remember like hearing that like when Jordan was up, oh, he's not better than Kareem. He'll never be better than Kareem. So I don't know. I feel like that's just every generation. Like every generation, you have to think about it like from a psychology standpoint. Like you only live like a certain amount of time, and like those are your experiences and stuff like that. And so you want all your experiences especially over others. So it's also it's like a fear of like, oh, like our memories are what we thought was awesome is getting washed away type thing. So we have to value it. So I mean I get it.
Yeah, I 100% hear you there, and they hold on to nostalgia. The nostalgia can only take you so
Hey,
far at the
like
end of the
15
day.
years from now, like I might have a kid that like, yo, Steph Curry sucks. He played against YouTubers, and I might shoot them in the face. I'm not gonna shoot him in the face, but I might smack him. Like
Yeah,
smack him
Taylor
across.
would murder you. It's like, wait, what?
Hey, they'll be like, someone's gonna tell you, hey, Trent McDuffie's not like that. He went up against a bunch of TikTokers. Like,
Oh man, yeah,
you're like, what the fuck did you just say?
it's gonna it's gonna be pretty nasty.
Someone's gonna
I
take
do.
Mahomes' ass, and then like you're just gonna lose your. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But that's what happens with sports. So
It's the evolution of the game. There's really nothing wrong with like players being better than the older generation. There's nothing wrong with it. Um, but with that said, it's always it's fun to see how we're kind of seeing the same thing happen for like the dawn of the NBA happening with the WNBA.
yeah.
So I recorded a political podcast episode today. I kind of restructured everything, and I
Don't need that much
decided
baby oil. I'm sorry.
no, that is a crazy amount of baby oil. No doubt, that's a crazy
What
amount.
did he?
Which I whatchamacallit. And I decided to include more nuanced conversations, more cultural conversations to kind of expand the dialogue. And one thing I decided to talk about, in addition to everything else I was talking about, was the Ryan Clark and RG3 thing. So I decided to look into that, watch all the video clips, and very, very weird situation. Should have never gotten into like race and people's wives and all that stuff.
I have my take on that, but continue.
So, but my overall thing that I said about this is that Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, I feel like, and I don't know for a fact because I didn't live during the time, it's going to be that Magic Johnson, Larry Bird type situation where they just are the known names that is just shaking up the business, and they're going to have haters, they're going to have lovers, but they're also going to like ignite the brand that they're a part of to new heights because of this new found talent. Now, obviously, it's not a one-to-one because I don't think Angel Reese is close to being as good as Caitlin Clark, but her name and her popularity is 100% similar in terms of the relation. So it's crazy to see like how the NBA became the big boom with Magic, Larry, and Jordan, and how we're seeing that right now with Caitlin Clark, with Angel Reese, with Paige Buchers, with Juju when she eventually enters the WNBA. People are now starting to respect Aja Wilson on a grander stage. So yeah, it's interesting to see how we're seeing that kind of play out with the WNBA. But I am very curious if like I looked back in the day, if there was so much like racial tension. I'm sure there was because it's still like the 90s and with like whatever regarding black people. But I'm curious to see the difference. But it's just an interesting litmus test of the rise of a sporting organization.
So when it comes to the WNBA, a few things. When it comes to Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, people just need to realize they don't like each other, and that's okay. Caitlin Clark is like a Kobe. It's like a Kevin Garnett. They're great players, but guess what? They're also assholes. Because
For sure.
Reese is not the only person that doesn't like Caitlin Clark, but that's okay. A lot of people don't like Caitlin Clark because she's a fierce competitor and she's a dick. But you can do that. You can be that. It's just like the first time this is a prominent woman that's like this, and they're like freaking the fuck out. She's just like a Kobe, just like a Kevin Garnett. She's an asshole. She'll run her mouth. She'll be rude, but she's good, and you have to deal with it.
Facts. I agree.
Is Angel Reese jealous? Probably. I would be too. But
yeah, I feel like that's not a crazy take.
But does Angel Reese like her? Probably not, and that's okay. Like I feel like it is a woman thing, and it's also a race thing. You know why I know it's a race thing? Because guess what? Paige Beckers tied Caitlin Clark for most points and assists in the first 3 games, and I haven't heard a word about it. I haven't heard a word about it.
You know, I'm glad you said that. One other thing I said on my podcast, I was like, Angel Reese is benefiting from this because the way people were talking about Angel Reese in her first couple of games, they ain't talking about Paige like that. And Paige is like the number 1 pick and way better than her.
Paige is way better than her, and she's tying Caitlin Clark. I think she passed her in points for the first 4 games. Like she passed Clark in like some stat. No one's saying anything about Paige. Like Paige is the real comp for Caitlin right now, and then eventually Juju. But like we're talking about Angel Reese who can't buy a freaking basket. I thought Leslie or whatever was supposed to help her with her layups in the offseason. I thought one of the greatest WNBA players of all time said on your podcast, "We're gonna work all summer on your layups." I didn't see no work. I haven't seen no improvement.
Bro, the amount of stat sheets I see of Angel Reese with like 20 rebounds and like 4 points. I'm like,
what are you doing, bro? Angel, I'm rooting for you, but you're making me look bad, bro. You making me look bad rooting for you. Oh my God. We talk about a lady that scored over 100 points was working with you on your layups. And she said specifically on your layups and on your layup release. And I'm seeing, it looks like you got worse.
Let me get it back.
You like do layups like this. I'm like, what are you doing? You're just tossing it up.
Bro, her touch is not there. It's just
oh my, there's no touch at all. She just be chucking it up there just so she can catch it.
Oh man. Compared to that one, I don't know if you saw that one clip of that one I think she's in college. She's a bigger girl in college, but she has amazing touch near the basket. I don't know if you saw clips. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about.
From which school?
I don't remember, but there was a oh my God, I didn't know Joe Hendry had that in his bag. Okay, shout out. But yeah, I'm with you. Like I'm 100% with you. I think I literally said this word for word, like 100%. I'm like, who cares if Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark? Like, so what? Isaiah Thomas hates Michael Jordan. Who cares? Sometimes you hate someone.
James Harden don't like Giannis.
Yeah, you know, they were talking crazy about each other.
A lot of people don't like Giannis, but like,
I'm be honest, that didn't mean to rhyme. Have you? I don't know if you've seen this too. Have you seen the amount of response tweets that Giannis has been doing on Twitter?
Yeah,
he's been responding. Bro, Giannis is becoming one of my favorite players. Ironically, he's kind of funny, bro. I'm not gonna lie, Giannis is hilarious.
He is funny, but I feel like that's also what pisses people off. Because he'll just be joking with you while he's beating your ass. And you're just like, don't fucking talk to me.
Like Malik Beasley, he was crashing out.
And they were the year before. So he's just like, oh, what's the problem? I thought we were cool. He's like, no, don't fucking do that.
Bro, Giannis is just funny. He's a good time. Bro, he even shows up on YouTuber channels. Like the guy Jesser's channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really
lose that 100,000?
Huh?
Did you see Giannis lose that 100,000 to that basketball YouTuber?
No, I didn't see that.
It's probably like an ESPN or House Highlights, but it was one of those like you do the layup, then you do the free throw, then you do a
throw. Yeah, okay.
And yeah, he kept on missing the free throw, and then the guy ended up winning.
Hey, that's why you gotta practice the free throws. You never know when you may need them, bro.
He probably needed that 15 seconds or whatever.
Facts, actually. Yeah, I'm starting to really mess with Giannis, but yeah, it's crazy how the conversation with the okay, Trick. It's crazy how the WNBA.
This is the third time I've seen him wink in the last 10 minutes. Stop winking, Trick. Like,
Trick, bro. Trick is just feeling himself. It's funny how Trick is acting like this. He's legit acting like how Carmelo Hayes was acting when they were beefing. I'm curious to see what would happen if he goes to SmackDown with Carmelo. Are they going to be like on the same side of this again? Because now they're both kind of like cocky showmen.
Knicks are still up.
Yeah, I'm watching right now. 3:43. Knicks are up by 4. Oh my God, OG. He said, "Get big, boy." Block that shit. I'm here for it. Shout out to W. I watched the Fever versus Liberty
Mm-hmm.
game recently. Bro, I'm so upset. That was such a good game too. The Fever legit looking like contenders right now, even though they're 2-2.
I mean, Caitlyn. I'm sorry, Caitlyn's gonna end up being a top 3 player of all time. Like, it's ridiculous how good she is. So
Facts. People were. It's one of those situations like you can down as much as you want, but
she's just too nice. Now, do I
she's
think
too
she's gonna
good.
be better than Asia Wilson this year? No, because I think Asia Wilson is like the current GOAT. I really feel like it's a Kobe LeBron situation where like Kobe's in his prime right now, and then LeBron just got in the league. That's what Asia is to Clark right now. It's Asia's time right now. She's the best player in the world with the best team around her, and then but Caitlyn's coming, and like we all know, Caitlyn is Caitlyn. So
I'm glad you said that. I really think to kind of make this conversation full circle, the NBA obviously having salary cap restrictions, and having a growth of talent where like the talent gap between all these players are closing for sure. So you have to build better rosters. The WNBA legit might go through their period where their stars control the league, and it's going to be a while before everybody else catches up. So it legit is about to copy the NBA bar for bar, where they're about to start creating their GOATs, their top 10 players of all time, generational talents. And I don't want this to be nasty, but like people like, you know, some of those old greats like Candace Parker and all them, I'm not saying she's like Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain, but that's also not like a bad thing. I think she could have been like she could be ended up being like that in terms of the history of what the WNBA is, where she started it type
she can average a
situation, like or Kareem, maybe Kareem's a better comp. And then the Magic, Michael, Larry, they're coming right now. Their era is starting right now. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, and then wait, so is Paige like KD?
The WNBA got lucky as hell. Caitlin Clark got this big though. I'll be honest.
No, they did, but I'm really wondering how the league's got to handle the boom because I feel like when it comes like because some of this popularity is because of outside stuff that has nothing to do with women's basketball. It is, but the thing
True.
that keeps that stuff alive is good competition. And unfortunately, Angel Reese is not good competition.
She definitely needs like a legit rival. For I mean, she the league is in a good position because Asia Wilson is still relatively young, so she'll be there for a while.
Yeah, no, I'm saying like in terms of basketball stuff, like yeah, Caitlin Clark will have rivals, but like I said, the outside attention outside of basketball that draws in some of those extra viewers, they're looking to villainize someone who's not even close to competing
On
with
her
Clark.
level, yeah.
You
It's
know,
not like
tiers
Magic
below
and
her, it would still work out, but she's not. She's a few tiers below her.
it really just might just be we're waiting for Juju because even like Paige and Cece, I don't see them being rivals really. But it might just be Juju and Cece or Juju and Cece and Paige or something like that. It could be. Because the one thing about what made Magic and Larry so fun is when they played up against each other. And the fact that they met in the playoffs in the finals. And they met in college. So that's kind of the why they want Angel Reese to be because Magic and Larry met in college, I'm pretty sure, which started it. Then they met in the NBA. Yeah, Angel, I need you to get much better at basketball so
For
you
real,
can make
bro. Like, please.
I need you to lock in so we can make this a real rivalry.
Like, do something like I thought I thought you were in the gym. I thought you were in the gym.
She'd be taking the she'd be doing she podcasted, taking them Instagram photos. You know what she's doing.
Oh god.
Shout out to the WNBA, man. They cooking up something. At least they also have the NBA Big Brother to help them steer them in the right direction.
Yeah, but they feel like they could do it without him, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they need to chill with that.
Like, we don't need you. It's like,
That was a weird little situation there. Why did Joe Hendry go to the corner and not the ropes?
I don't
That
know. I
was
wonder
weird.
if it's hurt. Like, cause like the ref like went over to him and like was talking to him. Like, I think like he hurt his leg, but he's trying to like push through the match.
You better push through. Come on, Mr. Joe. An injury can really hit your momentum because it's so star based. You got to stay healthy. Oh,
Well, I'm saying like, what if like Joe Hendry's hurt right now, but he was supposed to win, but he can't finish the match.
hey
Yeah,
man,
looks like his. Well, I think that's his left leg.
maybe, or he could be selling.
I mean, he could be, but if he's
Either
actually
works.
hurt, then that would be interesting.
Knicks up by 2. 2 minutes left. 2-minute warning. Cat is limping. Make the layup, Mikal. Oh my God, Mikal. Oh my God, bro. Y'all better not sell. Yo, the Knicks are trying to hurt my heart. The Knicks trying to hurt my heart. Where are you at time wise?
I'm just seeing the replay of the block.
Yeah, the block by Pascal.
It's 98, 96, 137. But
Okay, we're around the same spot. Well, they paused the time to be fair. Hey, I'm gonna be honest though. Next year, it might be a little betrayal, but I'm definitely gonna lock in on college football a little bit more. As for college basketball, I don't know if I'll lock in more. We'll see. I need players to care about for me to really lock in for college. I like Juju, so maybe I'll watch a little bit more USC, but she did get injured.
Yeah,
So I don't know how that's gonna work out.
She's gonna be back.
And there's really no male players that I really care about in college right now.
I mean, I want to see Bryce play.
Bryce who?
Bryce James.
Oh, that'll be interesting. Hopefully, he becomes like really good. So
He's going to Arizona. Like, he's a shooter and he's taller. Like, he's 6'7". So I'm wondering, like,
you better be a defender.
yeah. There's a forward from Duke that's coming over from Italy that was playing with Jabari Parker.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be nice. And then the number one player in high school right now, he's like really, really fucking nice. I forget what his name is, but he's like really nice. He's like a Tracy McGrady type.
Oh, okay. Oh, let's go, JB. I will say that college football is going to be very interesting this year because I'm going to be watching Texas games. I know. I just have to. I got to watch Arch Manning. I got to. I got to see how good he is. He's shown flashes. And then I'm going to watch Ohio State, obviously, because we rock Ohio State over here. And I feel like there's one more team I cared about. Oh, is Trick about to win? Oh, live. Oh, so I'm gonna be locked in for Texas and Ohio State next year. Maybe I'll lock into the bootleg Patrick Mahomes a little bit too, and Dylan Raiola as well. We'll see. Trick Williams. Oh my god. Yo, these tables suck. We need the old tables back.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, these whole reinforced tables, I'm not feeling them.
Not at all. They don't break right. Is Trick about to win the TNA championship? Oh. Is he about to win?
No, they're right next to the ropes.
Oh. Nah, Joe Hendry kicking a bookend on a table and a trick shot. Kick out is crazy. All right, stop Tyrese, please. Why is Mitch Robinson guarding Tyrese? Come on.
I think the Knicks just won it. Was Josh Hart hurt?
Big time rebound. Oh my God, he's holding his knee.
Oh,
Oh my
at
no.
what cost? They won, but at what cost, Riddell?
Stop.
They won the game, but at what cost?
You know what? I'll just might as well to kind of wrap up the hold on. Select. No way Trick Williams is about to win the TNA title. Oh no! What?
Oh, he did it! He did
He won the TNA
it!
title!
He won the TNA title.
Oh my God!
Bump that trick. Yo, he won the TNA title.
Whoa! Whoa! I didn't think they were going to pull the trigger. Trick is the TNA champion. We have a WWE superstar as the TNA champion. I am flabbergasted. I am surprised by all means. Was this within expectation? Like we talked about before this. If anybody was going to win it, it would be Trick. This is crazy. I don't know what this means for the WWE, but this is crazy. This
How long does he hold it for?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of who. Trick won the T. Nah, Trick is him, huh?
This is aura personified. Oh, and he's holding it in front of Joe Hendry's face.
Yo, the president of the TNA was pissed.
He looks pissed.
Yo, he was pissed. I don't know what this means, but I'm here for it. I'm locked in.
What the? That's crazy.
Shout out Battleground, man. So much sports going on right now. Oh man, if you guys are listening, where you are watching on playback, wrapping up the game between Pacers and Knicks, it looks like Knicks are about to win it. I can't even see the score from
What's
here.
the ball?
Oh, it's 102-100. I just had to remove us so I can see the score. Okay. Knicks have the ball. Do not choke. Do not choke like you guys choked last time. Please don't choke. Please do not choke. Win the goddamn game, bro. Win the game.
Bridges is inbounding.
Put Jalen Brunson, get the goddamn ball. Get great pass. Oh, okay. Make both free throws. I'll be honest.
Please miss one.
The Pacers might be one of the clutchest teams I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Yeah. So they
scared, bro. Like, ugh.
Well, it only makes sense for the Knicks to get a comeback, considering what happened in Game 1. That was some bullshit. Nesmith brought out his inner Reggie Miller. Oh, that game still pisses me. I was watching it live. I was crashing out, bro. Make the last free throw. Come on, Jay. Come on, JB.
And he tries to do a quick 2, and then
no.
Cat is limping. Do you really want this to be a long stage? That's still limited.
I mean, bro, he just needs to take a little. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. It's all good. Pop. I made a so for my political podcast. I was talking about how Donald Trump wants to build a dome around the United States of America, and then I was like, bro, we know what they want to do. They want to build Marie-Joie. They want to turn the United States of America into Marie-Joie, and we're just going to be a bunch of celestial dragons isolating us from the rest of the world.
If that happens, I hope you know I'm moving.
You don't want to be a celestial dragon?
I don't want to joke up with some of these.
Man, we get to shit on people and slave other people that are lesser than us, man.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'll be in like the DR with Santo or something like that. Turn it up.
Oh man. Well, it's gonna be corrupt, but celestial dragons get some pretty dope stuff. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? You know, we here isolate ourselves for the rest of the world. When the flood happens, we got it. Shout out One Piece. 8 seconds left.
8 seconds. Like, yeah, so like a quick 2.
Neesmith is not allowed to shoot. Tyrese is not allowed to shoot either. Nobody's allowed to shoot. Don't let nobody shoot on the Pacers. They make everything. I don't know. They've just like decided to become Reggie Miller. The inner Reggie Miller just manifesting in the Pacers, bro. Oh, let me put on the game volume back. 8 seconds left. Nembhard. Oh. All right. 2-1.
2-1.
It should be 2-1 in the Knicks' favor. Well, we'll take it.
2-1.
We will take it. We will take it. All right. Anything else you want to discuss before we end this right here? Or did we pretty much cover everything?
I think we pretty much covered everything.
Talked plenty of WWE. Talked plenty NFL, NBA. We did a lot of good stuff. But all right, with that said, hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of the pod. Make sure you guys tune in every Sunday, playback by Extensive Society, 8 p.m. EST. We'll be talking about some sports. With that said, y'all have a good one. Take care and peace.